face, fill up the space. Barbados needs you right now. Barbados needs you right now. She can't escape being afraid. Fill her with you right now. Barbados needs you right now. Escape being afraid. Fill her with you right now. Barbados needs you right now. How I fall down, bring with it a sound that points her to you right now. Erase substitutes right now. Fix what we see, and God please fix Barbados. Barbados needs you right now. Let us see you right. The space. Barbados needs you right now. Barbados needs you right now. Storms may come, but when she calls your name, all things change. Kingdoms fall, one thing forever reigns is your name.
The only bird that dares to peck and eat is the crow.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, boys and girls. You are watching the Marcia Week Show, and we are coming to you live from Barbados. I have in my hand the national flag of Barbados, and you just heard the national anthem of Barbados. Isn't it wonderful? Very, very, very beautiful. Well, welcome. Oh my goodness. Rise up, Barbados. Our citizenship is not for sale. Rise up, Barbados. Our citizenship is not for sale. Tonight we have an amazing night for you. We have Attorney Corey Greenidge is going to be on. You don't want to miss this, guys, and you need to share this with everybody. And he's coming on to predominantly to speak about the citizenship bill. Okay, so that's what he's coming. And you know, when he comes, you've got to I get my pen, and I'm old fashioned. I got my book ready. I was speaking to somebody today who told me that they're done with politics. They had told me that, but they said, listen to Corey Greenidge. You know, he makes everything so clear. And so we want to thank Mr. Ron Thorne for lending him to us, and the DLP for lending him to the nation, because really, you know, it's all about the nation. That's what the loyal opposition, what we do, right? We are going to educate, we motivate, we mobilize, we agitate, and we take the education from whomever brings the education, Rasta, Christian, you know, whatever the party is. You got the education, we're going to take the education. And that's why when we started out, you know, if you remember, Judy, when we started out, we had Lynette Eastman, who was on here almost every night. She was on this program. So you know how we do it. It's an open space for education. Do you think you can motivate Barbadians? Well, this is your platform. You want to mobilize? This is your platform. You want to agitate Barbadians to do good and to do things that are good? Come and join us. This is the platform, right? So, you know, and that's why you've joined. You've joined to be educated, to be motivated, to be mobilized, and to be agitated. Emma, all right? We love that little girl, Emma, don't we? Somebody said, Emma is not a little girl. Emma is a big woman. And that's what we do on the Market Show. I'm going to ask you guys to make sure that you like and share. Now, you see on the screen, Lucinda Ali, good evening. You know, I'm not going, I can't miss my manners, you know. Believe me, if I come on and I don't welcome everybody, they message me and say, you didn't welcome me, because we're a family. So I have to do it, all right? And I want to do it. I actually want to do it. Lucinda, I hope to see you out tomorrow, Lucinda. Listen, we've got to come out. Who's going to defend Barbados? Walk back that bill, immigration and citizenship bills, 2 bills that could change Barbados forever. That's pretty scary, don't you think? 2 bills that could change Barbados forever. I think that's pretty scary. Tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th at 10 a.m. from MARCIA Park, to at Kensington Oval to Independence Square. I've walked it so many times. Why can't I remember where it is? MARCIA Park is on the opposite side. You have Kensington Oval, and we're on the street. Okay, so if you come looking for us, if you go towards where MARCIA Park is, we're on the street right there. Okay, that's where we are, where we're located. All right, and then we walk right up to Independence Square. When we get to Independence Square, good night, Taroni. When we get to Independence Square, we are going to have our roadside parliament. And we do that right on the outside of Independence Square right there, so that we don't have to pay any money. We're not going in at all, because going in is going to call for big setup and all of that, and more money, everything. So we shelter in Independence Square from the sun. You know how we do it. But we're going to have a 1-hour roadside parliament. Now, we do not have any guest speakers tomorrow. It is a roadside parliament, as we've been doing them, in the last couple of marches, where it's an open mic. And I love those. I love the fact that Barbadians are coming up and taking the mic. Sometimes they line up waiting. You believe that? When we started out first, and Mr. Franklin and myself, listen, we could hardly get them to say anything. We would be there begging and cajoling and trying to do all kinds of things for them to come up to speak. But no, Aaron Hunt, Bajans are lining up to speak. They are lining up to speak. Aaron Hunt is saying, good night. Shout out to Dave Marcy and to the loyal folks in this fight. Yes, it's a fight. And it's a spiritual fight as well, you know. Yes, so we need to be making sure we're praying. Ryan Rock, good evening. Monica Ince, good evening. Michael Jilts, Matthew B. Matthew B, you ready? You're ready with a rhythm? Listen, once you give Matthew B a microphone and he hears some music, and Matthew won't make up a song. He's just talented like that. So Matthew B, make sure you come with a song. All right, come with a song tomorrow. All right, Mildred B. Mildred Ben. Mavis Lashley, Barbara Hunt, Owen Hines. How are you doing, Mr. Hines? Wonderful. Hope to see you tomorrow. Everybody, Diana husbands, listen, we are one big family. And so we've got to defend this country. We have to defend the identity of Barbados. We must. We owe it to our ancestors. Oh, come on. Those who fought and died. And down there in the grave, what about Brantley Adams and Tom Adams and Owen Arthur and Erskine Sandiford and all of everybody, Owen Arthur. Oh my goodness, we owe it to them. We owe it to them. Yeah. And listen, we are marching tomorrow we are Barbadians marching. We're not marching as a party because we're not a political party, yes? But we are marching as one. Woo! One Barbados. Everybody, you know we always do this. Write one Barbados to me. And that's why all political parties are invited. They know they're invited. All political parties. We didn't send out any special invitation this time around. But generally speaking, all the parties, they know that they're invited to the marches. You know, it's Barbadian. It's all of us. Yeah. I've seen people from the BLP come, and they're on the side acting like they're not part of the march. Everybody welcome. Everybody. BLP, DLP, PDP, UNP, everybody welcome. Jefferson, good night. Sharon Innes, good night. Marva, Ronald Archer. Yes, Ronald, you're watching from Toronto and you can't be here. Oh, well, we're going to march for you, okay? And we have that march song that is going to come up, all right? That march song is going to come up. So, guys, Marcia, well, Callie B, thank you, Callie B. You know why I say thank you. Judy and Jills, oh my God. Emma, every time is a good night. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Thank you, BI. You don't miss it, BI. Yes. Iretha, good night. Did I miss anybody? I feel like I missed all people. Andrea Critchlow, Eugene. Yeah, where are the churches? And then they don't come out. It's everybody. They don't come out, and then they say what? That I'm pushing politics, but they don't come out. So what? But I know Apostle Breedy is coming out with her church. Apostle Breedy, you there? Listen, one Barbados. Everybody, just start typing. Marcia Miller. Oh, Marcia, you're coming after because we're gonna miss you. Listen, everybody, type in one Barbados. Tonight we have coming up. We have Mr. Attorney Corey Greenidge is going to be on. ALWYN BABB is coming back. He's been busy with us this week, and he's going to talk about the subvention. I know that is on his mind, and I have a few words myself about that. And Apostle Scantlebury is going to be on as well. But I'm telling you, Mr. Corey Greenidge, get ready as well, you know, because as I said before, he's going to drop some nuggets on us tonight. Teroni, yes, one Barbados, yes, one Barbados, whatever the party. Those of you watching from the BLP, you know you want to come, right? Don't be ashamed, come. Those of you watching from the DLP, come. Those of you from the other part, UPP, NNP, whatever the party is, come. This is all for all of us. All of us, we're talking about our passports, we're talking about citizenship. How can this be political? We're in the partisan. Because everything is politics, you know. We need some education on that. Right? Now, folks, we have our song that we played the other night. But you know how it goes. Now, I have to tell you, for those of you who don't know, Andrea and others, I don't write these songs. Okay? In the early part, a lot of what was happening, I was, you know, helping with them. I was writing some of those, okay? I'm not involved. I just get these songs. They just turn up. These people, you know, send the songs, okay? Now, I think some people, I got in some trouble with some people because they think that this song, this particular one, which I think is so powerful, because it says BLP in it, that it is a political song. How many of you share that view? I don't know if any of you share that view. And if you normally watch the show and you got that from it, let me just say that when I heard it, I did ask the writer to change BLP to government. Okay, if you listen to the song, I think this is the one that Dave has up, and it says BLP in it. And I had asked the person to change it to government, but however, it wasn't working. You know how songs are, that it sounds funny. So it, you know, they weren't able to do it, and that's the truth, you know, because I flagged it when I heard it. But honestly, this is not, and you have to believe me. You're either going to believe me or you don't believe me. I don't come on here and I don't tell any lies. I don't come on here to tell lies. I'm telling you, this is not a song that was written by the DLP. It's actually a song that came out of out of another space. And so this is what they call a remix or a cover of the song. And so the word Barbados was put in, and the BLP was put in. And so I have asked the BLP to be removed, okay, and to put government, but it's not. But we like the song because of the lyrics of the song. And when I spoke to the person who is not, you know, they don't really, they mainly live in the US, and they said, but MARCIA is a BLP government, you know. So I that's what I think. Anybody else? But okay, yeah. So you know, we're gonna play this song on the road tomorrow. And you saw that there was a BLP man that was jumping up and dancing to the song, who was voting BLP since from his mother, his grandmother, everybody, and he was having a ball with the song. This song is just nice, right? Okay. Yeah, Hurricane, I hope so as well. So let's play the song and let us enjoy the song. Let's go with it.
March, we are march, march. March, we are march.
Cause we are marching on to progress. Time
Come sound the alarm,
and we don't care what the BLP say
or what they say we are.
And we need to fight the BLP and to
Set Barbados free.
we are
Blood, fire, comrades, and we march into victory.
everything them pop down.
We are go build back, better than before.
Everything them take away.
We are go bring back, we are the asset to right and restore.
Time come to ease off the pressure, cause
Barbados can't take
are stepping out of darkness into the light and kick down corruption. We are marching on to progress time. Come sound the alarm, and we don't care what the BLP say or what they say we are. And we need to fight the BLP and set Barbados free. We are blood, fire, comrades, and we marching to victory. Everything them pop down, we are go build back. We are go build back better than before. Everything them take away, we are go bring back. We have the asset to right and restore. Time come for ease off the pressure, cause Barbados can't take no more. We are stepping out of darkness into the light and kick down corruption door. Dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down. March, we are march, dig it down, 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 dig it down. March, we are march. Hey, 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 hey. March, we are march. Hey, 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 hey. March, we are march. Marching on to progress time. Come sound the alarm, and we don't care what the BLP say or what they say we are. And we need to fight the BNP and set Barbados free. We are blood, fire, comrades, and we march into victory. March, we are march, march, march. March, we are march, 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 march. March, we are march, 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 march. March, we are march, 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 march. We are marching on to progress time. Come sound the alarm, and we don't care what the BLP say or what they say we are. And we need to fight the BLP and set Barbados free. We are blood, fire, comrades, and we march into victory.
Said. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow we are marching. We are marching. And you know, one of the reasons that we exist, the reality is that we only have one person in the lower house, in the opposition. One. Who holds the rest of the seats? No, BLP. So who you need the rest of the seats from? BLP. So we can't pretend, right? We can't pretend who we going to get the rest of the season because we know it's unhealthy. The situation right now is unhealthy. What is happening in Barbados right now is unhealthy. We cannot have true democracy with what is going on. Right, the governing body is the BLP. But you see, Valerie, you and I, and the person who wrote the song, we don't see things the way Barbadians did. You know, they see it in terms of, you know, some of these people, they might have been, that's how they voted. Some are just live here, and that's how they see it. You know, you know, so really and truly, I do understand where the writer, I understand where the writer is coming from, but I also understand the concerns that others might have. But all in all, I think that it is a very powerful song. I think it is a very powerful song. And it's a song where all Barbadians should join in and sing, because the reality is that, as I said, the seats, the other 29 seats that are there, are held by who? Who holds the other 29? So who you need to get them? Who need to give them up? Who you need to get them from? From the BLP. So let's not go around it. It is true. It is true. While I do understand the concern, okay, so we'll play other songs as well. So if you don't want to dance to that one, you don't need to dance to that one, okay? Yeah. So we need to. I think we got to be honest with ourselves, and to you know, for me, as I've said on the show, give me a 16-14 either way, and I think we're good. That's healthy. 16-14, we're healthy. You know, if anything like that, it's good, right? Anything like that is good. That is healthy. And that's the healthy, yeah. Okay. All right. So, but guess what, guys? You know, we had our other song, so we're gonna jump into our other song. And the other song says, make some noise. You remember that? So while somewhere in here, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna get my pot cover. Dave, you have make noise. How many of you coming out? I'm reading a comment here. Are we coming out tomorrow at 10 o'clock? Who is coming out at 10 o'clock tomorrow? Remember, you got to bring your shirts. You got to wear the loyal opposition shirts. Yeah. Remember, we have shirts. We have shirts. Everybody get your shirts, get your whistles. Right? Bring your little conga drum if you can walk with it. Anything that makes noise. If you have a noise maker, bring the noise maker. Right? Yes, yes, Judy. I know you will be there. One Dave is looking for that. Let me tell you something. Can you see this book? I got a copy of this book today. You see what it says? Is it reading upside down? I don't know how it's reading. Yeah? And this is my book. And it says, when we lose our fear, they lose their power. And, you know, it's significant that I got this book today, guys. It is significant that I got. Let me go full screen so you can actually see it and then get back to the song. And very nicely laid out and everything. Yes, nicely laid out. Easy to read. And folks, today marks the 3-year anniversary when I felt God was telling me to go on the streets by myself. And that was the first time I went out, you know, in protest, you know, in this series. So I went by myself. And when it talks about when we lose our fear, they lose their power, I was trembling from the night before. After I got the permit, I was all yes, I'm going out. And the night before that I realized I had to go out, I was so scared. I'm telling you the truth. I was scared, yeah, nervous. Right? I was nervous. But guess what, guys? I did it anyway. I was scared and I did it anyway. And I lost my fear. I lost my fear. This is for somebody out there who you're saying that, you know, I'm afraid. I've never done that before. I was terrified. Thankful to my friend Lumumba who came and stood beside me. Thank you to Kima Stewart as well. And, you know, and also to Trevor Seeley. Trevor Seeley said, Marcia, I will come and I will stay across the road and you do your thing just in case anybody wants to bother you. And that was 3 years ago, October 10th, 2022. This woman stood on that roadside by myself, scared as ever, standing up for the children of Barbados when they gave them that IBB test. Do you remember that? An abuse of our children. And later, I was able to write this book because I lost my fear. There was a time that I was so scared of posting about Mia Motley. I literally built a whole different profile. I did a profile because I was scared. People could, what I heard people saying, I said, oh Lord, I was scared, but I lost my fear. Not afraid of her, not afraid of this government. When we lose our fare, they lose their power. We've seen that happen. We've seen that happen with all the bills that they have had to walk back. They need to be afraid of the people. They need to be afraid of us. And on November 20th, where I'm going to be launching this book, I'll tell you some more about that. But I thought it was significant that I was able to touch the first copy, first hard copy in Barbados. Today, 3 years. 3 years to the date. I don't know if Dave, it would be too much if Dave could just quickly show the picture of me standing there. I think I sent it to you the other night. Dave, if you could find it. Let's see if we can find it. It's live TV. We're going to try and find it. But I want to not to promote myself, but I really want to use it to inspire people. Dave, if you could find it, you have it. We're going to play the songs. The books are going to be available for sure at Things Gospel, and they will be available after November 20th at Things Gospel. Okay? I'm not going to be coming on here peddling, peddling, is that the word? Peddling books every night. Okay, don't, I won't be doing that. But this is me there, October 10th, 2022. Yeah, if they could show the picture there, that's me. And I had a 6-foot sign. That sign was pretty heavy. Felt like the cross. Now, at that time, I had no idea that I would be going on the streets with people going to march, you know. That was the first time. I had no idea. We got that sign made, and I went out there with the sign. I didn't have any mic, any speaker. I had nothing. I had no sound system. Right? But I went out there and I was nervous. I had my knapsack on my back. Yes, the sign was way bigger than me, because the sign itself was 6 feet. And then they had, you know, something on the bottom of it. Today is 3 years, guys. And somebody said to me, Marcia, when you're going again, we want to go with you. And that's how the series of those marches, the marches started. Watch Out My Children, all of those. We took a breather, and then we went back with the NIX marches when Caswell was on board. But that's the genesis of those series of marches, 2022. You believe I was scared? Who believed me when I told you I was scared standing there? I was trembling. Anybody believe me? 2022. Nervous. I was. But as the book says, when we lose our fear, they lose their power. And whenever I come on, I get courage from everybody, all of you. Honestly, I love to see you at the marches. We get to hug you. I touch your hand. When you see, sometimes I come and touch you. I'm pulling energy and strength from you. Some of you, I'm talking to you, I'm looking you straight in the eyes. And there's a reason I'm doing that. Because I get strength from you. I talk to you and I look you in the eyes. Because I do. And tomorrow I look forward. And I don't worry about how many, you know, if we have a little or a few. Once I've got people there and then we can connect, I'm happy. Yes, Marva, I was. And I didn't even know what to do. I just know that I was supposed to go there. And the sign. People started to honk their horns. And that's when I got braver and started to speak and so on. Lumumba took that from me. Kimar took it from me and helped me. It was pretty heavy. and the media came and so on. But I want to say sometimes you have to do things afraid. Don't wait till you feel big and bold to do it, right? Go out and do what it is that you have to do. And so that's why tomorrow we are going to make noise on the streets. I want us to be as loud as possible. All inhibitions gone. All fear gone. We want to be a fearless group of people tomorrow. They play the song.
Bring a spoon, pot covered in the air. Let the leaders hear. If this is noise, then we join make noise tonight. If this is noise, then make more noise. Noise is power, the people voice. Hey, bring your drum, your whistle, your gun shell clear. Back over spoon, let them all hear. If this is noise, then make more noise. Noise is power, the masses. Bring your drum, your whistle, your gun shell clear. Back over spoon, let them all hear. They call it noise, but we call it might. The sound of the people demanding what's right. From the gap to the gully, from the hill to the shore. Noise is resistance, we want more. Pressure, pressure, pressure them noise. Noise, noise, make more. Stand up strong, people unite. Noise is power, we don't fight. Pressure, pressure, pressure them noise. Noise, noise, make more. Stand up strong, people unite. Noise is power, we don't fight. Asian blocks united, strong together. Marching in sun, marching in bad weather. We love Barbados, so we resist. Noise is the weapon they can't dismiss. If this is noise, then make more rise. Noise is power, we wise. Bring your drum, your whistle, your gun shell clear. Back over spoon, let them all hear. If this is noise, then make more rise. Noise is power, we wise. Bring your drum, your whistle, your gun shell clear. Back over spoon, let them all hear. Drum in your hand, whistle in your teeth. Gun shell blow, feel the pressure beat. Back over glass, spoon strike the sky. Noise is the language, freedom reply. Noise, noise, noise. Beat them pot, beat them pot. Noise, noise, noise. Bills can't stop the people lot. Bad governance, yeah, all we got. Noise mash up silence in every town. From Kensington Marsh to Broad Street Square. Noise tell the leaders the people care. Pride is power, people is power. We rising strong in the final hour. Bring your drum, your whistle, your gun shell clear. Back over spoon, let them all hear. If this is noise, then make more noise. Noise is power, noise. Bring your drum, your whistle, your gun shell clear. Back over spoon, let them all hear. If this is noise, then make more noise.
Listen, you all. Listen, you all. Let me tell you something. Oh my goodness, noise. You know, noise is a weapon. How many of you believe in when I tell you noise is a weapon? Noise is, you see your voice? When you open your mouth, even if you're going through a bad day, open your mouth and start to say something positive. Right? Start to say something positive. Send something into the atmosphere. It shakes the place, changes the atmosphere. Tomorrow, we are going to shake the foundations. Tomorrow, we're going to thunder. Our voices are going to thunder. Tomorrow, we're going to shake the foundations tomorrow. I will have this spoon here going in my bag tonight. I'm packing my bag from tonight, and this has to be in my bag. These here. Yeah? And we're going to make some noise and shift. You see, we're in a transition, Barbados. We're in a transition, and lots of things are spiritual, you know. We're at a transition point, and the noise is important. Don't come down there and be quiet. Bring a whistle. Bring your, hear this concept, bring your whistle. That's right. They will put, Joshua told the people to shout and blow the trumpet as they march Jericho. Noise important. We shift. We're going to shift the atmosphere. How many of you think that we can shift the atmosphere tomorrow? We are shifting the atmosphere tomorrow. Our victory is voice activated. We are going to activate democracy. That's what we're after. We're going to activate it with our voice. When they hear the noise tomorrow, they will tremble. Pharaoh, you are going to tremble. You're going to be so scared when you hear the noise tomorrow. Trust me when I tell you. Our freedom is a voice activated. When they see the truck, they must also hear the noise. Do you hear me? And don't listen. I know I'm coming across too loud. You're changing the frequency in the atmosphere. So whistles tomorrow, noisemakers, come with your own voice to shout. You understand me? Slavery done. Who you afraid of? What they're going to do to you? Listen, this is your country you're fighting for, you know. What are they going to do to you? Noise, hurricane writer. Yeah. We will have water there, right? We just asked everybody bring a donation. We've raised I told you last night we needed on Wednesday we had needed 2,000. We raised 700 so far, right? Because you know I like to tell you as it is. And thanks to those from the diaspora who've helped so far. And so we need to be, tomorrow I got to give that man $2,000 for the truck, the sound, and the generator. Everything come together, all right? So, yes, we got to get them miserable. There's excitement in the air because there's transition. There's a transition happening, guys. There is a transition and they know it. There's a transition that is happening. They wrote here, on the seventh day, the Israelites got up at dawn and marched around the town as they had done before. You know how many times we marched up to last year? 17 times. And I told you, it's since 2022 we protested. Okay? Today is 3 years. On the seventh day, the Israelites got up at dawn and marched around the town as they had done before. But this time, they went around the town 7 times. The 7th time around, as the priests sounded the long blast on their horns, Joshua commanded the people, shout, for the Lord has given you the town. Jericho and everything in it must be completely destroyed as an offering to the Lord. Only Rahab the prostitute, they saved the prostitute, and the others in our house will be spared, for she protecting our spies. Thank you, Dave, for that scripture. So we're going up with a shout. Freedom is voice activated. So we don't come down there and you don't want to talk. Open your mouth. No fear. No fear. Right? No fear. Now, guess what? We have a new song for you. I said, I was sleeping in my bed and I woke up after 1. I got in very early last night, got up after 1, look at my phone, and you know, I shouldn't do that when I got up, but I realized I had a message there. And as I looked to see the time, but you know how it goes, and there was another song there. I said, my goodness. And then, you know, they blame me for these things, but it's not me. I was sleeping in my bed. And so I went and I went to the bathroom. I didn't want to disturb Gabe. And I put it on, and I tell you, I started a dancing in the bathroom. I love anything like this. I love this. I love this. And you know, songs are very, very powerful. Every revolution has songs in it. Or most revolutions have songs. Revolutions. You hear what I tell you about voice? Activating your victory through your voice. You study revolutions and you will see how songs are important. Yeah? So we have another song. Dave, you ready with the other song? And you heard the prayer one that we started with. You heard that. So they're coming in all different forms. Right? And I remember we had a wonderful one from Tint. One of these nights we need to play all of them. Dave, go ahead. He's waiting. No, not yet. Oh, thank you, Monica.
What we do? We marching. We marching. Behind the big truck, loyal opposition, we moving up. Behind the big truck. You. Beyond us. Sun come up, I feel the vibe. Time to move, we come alive. Step by step, no turning back. Behind the big truck, on the track. Working hard, we earn, we name. Different voices, one campaign. Marching proud, we know we place. Behind the big truck, set the pace. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Hey. For the people unity. Hey. Rain or shine on the road. Hey. We mashing up the road. Frag up high, the rhythm sweet. Baseline pushing through, we feel. We work hard, we keep in pace. Behind the big truck, the people's place. Rain or shine on the road, we moving strong, we carry load. One direction, hearts in sync. Behind the big truck, no time to blink. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. For the people unity. Rain or shine on the road. We mashing up the road. Big truck, big truck. Loyal opposition. Big truck, big truck. Marching for the nation. Big truck, big truck. Feel the vibration. Behind the big truck, the habit of the nation. On the road, we side by side. Wave the flag with island pride. Step by step, the rhythm call. Behind the big truck, one and all. We loyal, steady, moving through. For the people, me and you. Rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, we carry the load. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, hey. Rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. For the people unity. Rain or shine on the road. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, step by step. Behind the big truck, loyal set. Behind the big truck, feel the vibe. Behind the big truck, we keep it alive.
Listen. I don't know which one I like. I thought that the MARCIA March and then this one. Listen, I love them all. I mean, the most powerful one is MARCIA March, right? But this is woo, Andrea. Listen, if you love this song, give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up. The people who, oh my goodness. Oh my, listen, you've got to be there, Queen D, tomorrow. You can't miss it. You got to be there. You got to be there. This song is sweet. Forward ever, backwards never. You are so right. You are so right. Yes. Wonderful. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's a mighty song. Listen, you've got to come out tomorrow. And guess what? We actually have the big truck. So when I guess the person heard me say we got the big truck, and they just went and got and thing. Listen, you all need to. Oh Lord, yes. Good evening. We're taking the big truck. You wrote. I put this in a chat in a broadcast, and he says we have raised. I wrote we have raised 700 in donation so far. We have another 1,300 to go. If we all give something, it will all add up. I have the permit as well. I got the permit. I was left home this morning after 10 and didn't get back. I got the permit like about 4:30 today. Right? I got the permit about 4:30 today. So, Zico, I know Zico. Where's Zico's coming? Zico, I know where Zico is. Zico, I don't think you're coming to any march. You are coming to Kadooment. Look at Zico, where your comment is. Why can't I find Zico's comment? Zico, you are not coming to any. I don't think it's any march you coming to. You think you're coming to Kadooment tomorrow, right? Oh boy, people are loving the song. Yes, listen, it is the songs of the revolution. This is the songs, they are just coming, and people are writing, and they are just coming. The songs are coming, and that's how you know, I'm telling you, there is a change that is happening, right? There is a change that is happening. I can feel it. I wanted to do another video tonight. Dave, you want to play the gospel one, the prayer one, and for everybody, or do we need to play? We need to play another. Do we play this one more time? I think we play this one more time. Dave says yes. Dave loves music too, like myself. Let me come off the screen.
Come up, I feel the vibe. Time to move, we come alive. Step by step, no turning back. Behind the big truck, on the track. Working hard, we earn, we name. Different voices, one campaign. Marching proud, we know we place. Behind the big truck, set the pace. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Hey. For the people unity. Hey. Rain or shine on the road. Hey. We mashing up the road. Up high, the rhythm sweet. Baseline pushing through, we feel. We work hard, we keep in pace. Behind the big truck, the people's place. Rain or shine on the road. We moving strong, we carry load. One direction, hearts in sync. Behind the big truck, no time to blink. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. For the people unity. Rain or shine on the road. We mashing up the road. Big truck, loyal opposition. Big truck, marching for the nation. Big truck, feel the vibration. Behind the big truck, the habit of the nation. On the road we side by side, wave the flag with island pride. Step by step the rhythm call. Behind the big truck, one and all, we loyal, steady, moving through. For the people, me and you, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, we carry the load. Behind the big truck, hey, we loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people, unity. Behind the big truck, hey, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey, we mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey, we loyal, we strong, we free. For the people, unity. Rain or shine on the road, we mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, step by step. Behind the big truck, loyal set. Behind the big truck, feel the vibe. Behind the big truck, we keep it alive.
Yes, guys, that's tomorrow on the road behind the big truck. Big truck with a big voice. You see, all of me dancing this whole night. Now I'm out of breath. But I said, you know, I'm not going to dance. I'm going to come off the screen. But once I hear the music, I gone. Listen, guys, this is what I say is no fear. We have no fear. We have no fear. We are taking back our country. Huh? We have no fear. This is about us. This is about our identity. It's about us, Barbados. So please bring somebody with you. Yes? Let me see the comment section. We have 2 minutes before we have Attorney Corey Greenidge is joining us. I can see him in the thing. I need to bring him and let him dance to the big truck, but I won't bother. He said no. Listen, Jana, you want to play this song and dance in your house the whole night, right? But you can't dance all night. You need education as well. All right. So we're gonna do some education tonight. So guys, I'm gonna ask you to like and to share. Remember, you're gonna have to trigger the algorithm and let it do the work for us. So we need you to like, share. Everybody do that now. We were having fun, and that's okay. But we need to like and share. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, all roads lead to Kensington. We're standing up on behalf of Barbados, not because we have nothing else to do, but we're defending our country, right? Yes, Marcia said, well, lost the host breakdown. Did I do that good? I can't say the other one. I can't say it, like that is easy to say. But listen, folks. Yes, one more minute. Let's share the link. Somebody say, have no fear, Corey. I don't think for Corey look like he has fear to you. Corey don't have no fear. Let me tell you something. He said time up. Everybody said time up as Corey is coming on. When does he talk? When does he Corey? When does he Mr. Greenidge? You call him Corey like I know him on person. When does he Mr. Greenidge? This is what they know. Time up. Everybody write in the comment section time up. Time up. Right? Time up. We coming for them seats. Time up. Time up, folks. Woo! I feel that. Time up. All right. So, yes, that's right, Miss Harris. Time up. Time up. Yes, so, yes, time up, Andrea Moore. Time up. Time up. I need to say a few more time up. Time up. Time up. And time go. You can't shut him out. You can't shut him out. Time up. Time up. Yes, time up. Correct. You can't shut him out. You got to open your mouth. Can you imagine if Mr. Corey Greenidge had said, you know what? I'm scared. I can't do this thing. What's going to happen? My family, Right? Mm-hmm. No. he decided to speak out. All right. So without any further ado, let me just welcome to the Marcia Week Show once again, Mr. Corey Greenidge. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Sorry.
You are muted.
Yes. Good evening. I am well. How are you doing?
I'm great. So listen, I had my pot cover. I got my spoon. You see, I got my pack in my bag. I'm packing my bag. And this is my noise maker here. But people are going to bring whistles and all about that. I have my spoon. And Dave asked me, Marcia, what happened to the pot cover handle? It broke off on the streets in Bridgestone the last time. You match up the pot cover. We got another pot cover. This is now mine for the road, okay?
I came in just in time to see the end of your dance. It was fantastic. I'm going to leave that dance to you, though.
Listen, you need to hear these songs. I need to send them to you. But
yes, for sure.
It's the songs of the revolution because time up. Yeah. All right.
And let me say, I welcome you and your viewers to call me Corey. That's my name. It's fine. I'm happy for all of Barbados to know Corey. So no, it's fine.
Yes. And we want to say a big good evening to Minister Ralph Thorne, and for blessing us, and giving us this opportunity that we can learn from you, sir. And you have been a blessing, and we want to say thank you. But we're ready. My time up. So over to you.
Well, good evening to your viewers and your listeners. I could feel the excitement in the air as we continue to champion the cause for Barbados and the rights of Barbadians, and to ensure that that we continue to hold this government accountable. Tonight, I'm going to be short tonight because I know we've been preparing and we've been speaking on these issues for quite some time. And tonight I wanted to focus on the Citizenship Bill. You see, there's been much talk and much ado about the free movement of people, and that is a debate that I think needs to happen within the context of our social systems, within the context of our housing or education or health infrastructure. I think there needs to be healthy debate on that issue. But one of the things that I have been trying to lend a very serious voice to, is the provisions of the Citizenship Bill. And I want all of the listeners to remember that these are two separate pieces of legislation. There is the immigration bill that's being proposed, and that takes care of a lot of the provisions with respect to the free movement of people, allowing persons to come in Barbados and stay indefinitely and work. Those are the provisions in the immigration bill. And as I said, we can have a robust debate around free movement of people. And I want to emphasize before I go any further that the leader of the opposition and the Democratic Labour Party at large, we are in favor of the free movement of people. We are in favor of CARICOM and Caribbean integration, and we understand all of the dynamics within our obligations underneath CARICOM, and we are in favor of the free movement of people. We had I call him a popular so-called political analyst, write in the newspaper on Tuesday and misquoting us, even though we had a press conference last Saturday. And I'm sure no short of a dozen times between myself, former Foreign Minister Maxine McLean, and the opposition leader, we made it clear that the Democratic Labour Party is not against free movement of people. We are not against Caribbean integration. We want to support and champion Barbados as the forerunner for the integration movement. What our concerns are is in the way that it has been done in an illegal fashion, and we want to ensure that Barbadians are still at the forefront of this administration's thoughts and policies, and that we continue to have those robust debates as it relates to our social infrastructures, and to ensure that Barbados is still at a place where its citizens can benefit. That said, however, I want to turn my attention then to the second piece of legislation that is being proposed in the House of Parliament, and that is the Citizenship Bill. Why is that so important to the reader? And if you've not heard me say this before, I'm saying it now. The administration proposes to change the requirements of becoming a citizen of Barbados drastically. The administration is proposing to change how you become a citizen of Barbados drastically. In the current bill that is before the House of Parliament, this bill proposes to change the requirement to be a citizen by a CARICOM national who now is required to be in Barbados for a minimum of 5 years within a 7-year period preceding the application for citizenship. That the bill is proposing to change that to a mere 6 months within a 2-year period. I want to say that again so that we make it very clear. The bill proposes right now, in order for a permanent resident to apply for citizenship in Barbados, they must be in Barbados for a minimum of 5 years within a 7-year period. That criteria is in line with all of the other Caribbean, all of the other CARICOM states, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, Belize, the OECS states, all have an average of about 5 years prior to being able to apply for citizenship. This administration has now taken it upon itself to propose a bill which says that you no longer have to be here for 5 years. You can be here for a mere 6 months within a 2-year period as a CARICOM national and apply for citizenship. Now, it goes a little further. This bill also proposes that persons who are not CARICOM nationals, for example, if you're from Ireland or if you are from India or if you are from Rwanda, and you reside in Barbados, you have residency in Barbados for a mere 9 months in a 3-year period immediately preceding the application, that you are allowed to apply for citizenship in Barbados. So I repeat, this bill has nothing to do with the free movement of people. This bill essentially is reducing citizenship requirement from a 5-year period to a mere 6 months for CARICOM nationals, and from a 5-year period to a mere 9 months for non-CARICOM nationals. The question that looms then is, why is the administration making this suggestion? The administration has offered no reason why all of a sudden they are giving away Barbadian citizenship. And I say giving it away because it is a complete departure from any norm within the Caribbean. And certainly, thank you, and just that correction should have been 6 months and 9 months. And any norm, it departs from any norm within the wider Western democracies. No one gives away their citizenship within 6 months. If you go to United States, you can have your green card, and sometimes it's before 8, 9, 10 years before you can apply for citizenship. This is the norm. But all of a sudden, this administration has offered our citizenship for a mere 6 months to anybody, and for 9 months to persons across the world, without giving any explanation as to why they're doing that. It is tied on to the immigration bill, because Marcia, what happens is that there's a strategy sometimes, and it's employed by administrations, where you muddy the waters and you conflate the arguments. Everybody's arguing about the free movement of people.
Yes.
And we miss this thing that's happening over here. The citizenship bill has nothing, I want to repeat, it has nothing to do with the free movement of people. That is the immigration bill and the amendments to that bill and the amendments to the other bill that deals with that. But the citizenship bill, there's no reason, and we need to ask, what is the reason that the government is now giving away Barbadian citizenship? The Prime Minister a few weeks ago, in an address to the nation, actually said, we will not sell Barbadian citizenships, meaning that she was decrying the citizenship for investment program that has been adopted by other islands in the Caribbean. So she says, no, we will not be selling Barbadian citizenship, but yet you're giving it away. What are the implications of that? The first implication, or the first reason I can think of, is the ability to vote in Barbados. The Representation of the People Act only has two criteria by which you can vote in Barbados. One is if you're a citizen of Barbados, and two, if you are a permanent resident that that have been here for at least 3 years and 3 months within the constituency. So the first criteria to allow you to vote in Barbados is if you are a citizen of Barbados. I want to say that oftentimes people think that if just because persons come to Barbados and they're working and they get an ID card that allows them to vote. No, permanent residents cannot vote until they've met the criteria. So even though persons generally now under the law can come, get an NIS number, get a registration number, and get an ID card, that does not automatically entitle them to vote. What entitles us as Barbadians to vote is our citizenship. So if all of a sudden CARICOM nationals can get citizenship within 6 months being here within a 2-year period, and non-CARICOM nationals can get citizenship within a 3-year period, just 9 months within a 3-year period, then what you have essentially done is that you have increased the voting base. And that same political scientist in last week's paper pointed out and said the quiet thing out loud. What he said is that immigrants who come in and gain citizenship and they're able to get onto the voters list are likely to vote for the administration that allowed them to come in, or they're likely to vote for an administration that has political leaders that are more popular, more visible in the Caribbean, more visible on the international stage. So there seems to be an inherent advantage along with allowing a myriad of new immigrants into the country, to also then allow them to become citizens within a 6 months. So those residents no longer have to wait for the 3-year barrier that is in the Representation of the People Act. Those new entrants within a mere 6 months can now be added to the voters' roll and are likely to vote for the ruling party. The same political analyst who tried to retract his statements, same political analyst pointed out that the Antigua and Barbuda government, through their citizenship program, suffered a similar fate where you had thousands, tens of thousands of immigrants come into Antigua, and that was able to skew the election. I am saying to Barbadians today, we cannot allow a distortion of our democratic process. We cannot allow for this to just give away our citizenship such that persons in power can retain power or hold on to power. That is as authoritarian as it gets when it comes to our democratic process. And we need to open our eyes and recognize that that is one of the very reasons why you would want to give away the citizenship. Tonight, I don't want to be long, so I want to point out another fact. We Barbadians have enjoyed having our citizenship and our passport ranking higher than most Caribbean countries. If you could bring up that slide that I sent to you earlier, that first slide. Exactly. So here I have a comparison first with African nations. Now this is a ranking. This is research that I've done. This is called the Nomad Passport Index for 2025. Barbados, small Barbados, the strength of our passport. By that I mean the ability for us to travel throughout the world visa-free in most places, and the ability that passport is recognized. Barbados ranks above all of the major most of the major African countries. Barbados's passport ranks above that. Then there's a comparison with our CARICOM neighbors. That might be the slide before, just before. Within CARICOM, thank you. Within CARICOM, as you can see, for the same index in 2025, the Barbados passport ranks at the top of the index, just in line with Bahamas and just above St. Kitts and Nevis. And that ranking says that the Barbadian passport has strength, citizenship, and all of the guardrails with respect to citizenship and be able to verify citizenship, that it is recognized throughout the world, and it has a high ranking right up there with Bahamas and St. Kitts at the top of the chain. So this demonstrates a point that I want to make sure that your viewers understand. If we begin to give away our citizenship, That in of itself will not necessarily drop our ranking. However, if other countries recognize that we have a lapsed citizenship requirement and that persons from all over the world can come and get citizenship in Barbados and hold a Barbados passport, that has the risk, that has the danger of reducing our freedom to move around the world, reducing the ranking of our passports. So it affects us as Barbadians when you just have a huge influx of all of these persons, when our citizenship laws have now just basically gone to the baseline. You're basically giving away the citizenship with this bill. And I repeat, the administration, the prime minister has not come to the people of Barbados and explain why. What has in effect happened is that this bill has been commingled, as it were, with the immigration bill. It has muddied the waters in terms of the discussion with respect to the free movement of people, and therefore this part of the discussion is not happening. It is all you've muddied the waters. So I want us to separate those discussions. Robust debate can happen with respect to the free movement of people. I reiterate that the Democratic Labour Party's official position, you will not hear anything different from any candidate, and certainly not from the opposition leader. We are in favor of the free movement of people. We are in favor of Caribbean integration. We are in favor of honoring our obligations underneath the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. But we are in a position where we believe that we need to do it carefully, measurably, and with good analysis in terms of its effect on the Barbadian people. However, aside from that discussion and that debate, there's this other thing happening that no one has been paying attention to. And I will say it plainly, the Barbados Labour Party government is proposing to give away Barbadian citizenship for nothing. And it has the danger of inflating our voters list, padding the voters list so that those in power can remain in power for 2 or 3 terms thereafter. And it has the danger of reducing our ranking as citizens in the broader scale, in the global scale. This administration is demonstrating that it cares nothing for the Barbadian people. There is a hidden agenda. And until that hidden agenda comes to the surface, we need to fight this with all that we have in our arsenal. I'll pause there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody said that we need to be sharing this on the road tomorrow.
Yes.
And the truth is that what we wanted to do was to have, and we're still going to try to get it, just some little slips of paper with the information on it, and just sharing it out, because I think it is so important that the information. It's a march, it's a protest march, but we got to use it as an opportunity to educate people as well. Now go right ahead, sir.
I just wanted to point out that I wanted to let your viewers know that these are not just sometimes the government wants to paint us as if we're just opposing for opposing's sake. Listen, in 2014, Canada imposed visa restrictions on St. Kitts and Nevis, citing concerns about their citizenship by investment passport issuance and identity. This comes directly off the Canadian government's website. In 2017, the Canadian government again revoked the visa-free access to citizens of Antigua and Barbuda, explicitly linking it to the decision and the integrity concerns against their citizenship by investment program, and directly hit the passport's mobility score. So again, in 2023, the UK government imposed a visa requirement on Dominica for the same reason. And in 2025, the UK government imposed a visa restriction on Trinidad and Tobago, not because of citizenship by investment, but because a lot of Trinidadian nationals, there was a spike in asylum claims demonstrating that there was a perceived migration risk against those citizens. So I'm saying to you, if the industrialized countries such as Canada and the United Kingdom get a hint that there may be citizenship issues within the country, those countries can impose greater immigration restrictions, visa requirements on Barbados as a whole, and that then affects every single citizen. So me, a citizen of Barbados, who has enjoyed the high ranking of Barbados in terms of our passport, our ability to go into the industrial world, to have a lot of visa-free travel throughout Europe, throughout the United Kingdom, into Canada, those things are under threat if we're just giving away citizenship. And I'll make it plain for your viewers. You can have at this stage, within 9 months, within 6 months, anyone from the Caribbean coming and getting citizenship in Barbados and acquiring a Barbados passport. You can also, within 9 months, get anyone from any of those African nations, of which we have a lot of ties recently, coming into Barbados, spending 9 months within a 3-year period, and getting citizenship, getting a Barbados passport. So if those industrialized countries recognize that we have now an influx into Barbados of citizens that are not born here but are naturalized through this new relaxed restriction, there is a danger that these countries will respond and say, no, the immigration influx seems to be affecting Barbados, and they can impose visa restrictions on Barbados. So I'm just saying it has far-reaching consequences, and the administration has not yet been prepared to answer the questions as to why they are giving away Barbadian citizenship. I'm saying it again, they are giving away Barbadian citizenship, and they have not said why that is necessary. And I want to repeat, it has nothing to do with the free movement of people. Absolutely nothing. The free movement of people is covered within the immigration bill. It has nothing to do with that. I believe that the administration has taken the opportunity during this whole debate to slip this citizenship requirement in, and has not said why. So I think we need to be very laser focused on this area.
Yeah, and this is why, folks, we are hitting the streets. One of the main reasons that we are hitting the streets tomorrow. Very important. This is in defense of our country, in defense of Barbados. Everybody, you're listening, you were thinking about it, you really need to come out. We do have a vehicle there for you if you're having problems walking. The vehicles here, people have been calling and they said we want to walk some of the way, and then we're going to go in the vehicle. We have water will be provided for you, cool water on the way. You can walk with an umbrella. If you're afraid of the sun, walk with a hat, wear a hat. Put on your sunscreen if you need to. But whatever happens tomorrow, rain or sun, we are going to be up there. This is too important. These are two bills that can change Barbados forever. So we really, really need to make sure that we're out there. But I have a question for you, because I'm looking here in my phone, and I'm not sure if I sent it today, but somebody sent me something from Canada last night where there is an ad. There is an ad, and this ad is advertising citizenship to people, non-Caribbean national, non-CARICOM nationals, to come to Barbados. And with that particular ad was actually talking about the citizenship by investment. Where you can invest, 300,000 US and all these different figures, and you will be able to get either full citizenship or permanent residence. And all of a sudden, people are sending me these videos because they're now seeing that they're either giving it away or they're selling it, and this is very disheartening for a lot of people. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, I want to add that there is no specific citizenship by investment program in Barbados. However, that said, within the immigration bill, you can get permanent residency on a point system, and those part of that point system, part of the adding up of the points is a person's financial standing. And the bill also allows for the minister to amend the point system at his discretion. So it's clear that if someone comes and has significant investment, it is an opportunity for them to get onto the point system, and they can get permanent residency. Once they get permanent residency now, it switches to the citizenship bill, where if you're here in Barbados now, no matter where you came from, for the 9 months within the 3-year period, then you get the citizenship. So it's not a direct citizenship by investment, but it does a bit of a curve and get to the same position in any event, right? So listen, this has been distressing for me for the last week or so, because it is so difficult for a lot of this to get into the mainstream media, because the media, and I told some reporters this last week, they tend to only report what the government is saying. And the government has not addressed these questions. These questions need to be asked. Why? Why are they giving away Barbadian citizenship? Barbados is now, the value of our citizenship has essentially been devalued. We know about having a strong dollar, but I am saying to you that there's a value in our citizenship, and it is being devalued because the requirement to become a citizen of Barbados is no longer in line with the rest of the Caribbean, and it's no longer in line with the rest of the Western world. Most countries, if not all of them, are at least a 5-year stay. And the reason you do citizenship like that is because any person that comes to reside and work in a country in Barbados, they need to demonstrate an intention to work, to live, and to set up roots here in Barbados. And generally speaking, that intention has been marked by that 5-year barrier. So what could actually happen is that a CARICOM national can come to Barbados, work, because the immigration bill now allows him to come and work without a work permit, remain in Barbados, get the residency, and within a 6-month period, they can get citizenship, get a passport, and then go on back home. There's no intention, they have not demonstrated an intention to be here. Same thing with Africans, same thing with anyone from the Middle East. Come 9 months within a 3-year period, get a Barbados passport, and then they can go on a frolic wherever in the world they want to go. So Barbadian citizenship is no longer about shoring up our economy and having workers that remain in Barbados to add to the economy and remain in Barbados to set up roots and buy property and have children and all the things that this is supposed to do. Why, if it is so easy to get citizenship, then why would you stay? Why would you stay if it's so easy to get citizenship? Just go back to your African nation and you use that Barbados passport to get all around the world without any problems. So I'm saying that the value of the Barbadian citizenship now, actually, this administration has demonstrated that they do not value the Barbadian citizenship at all. It matters not, no longer. And I mean, it is. Forgive me if I sound a bit animated, but it really is mind-boggling to me. And I think I cannot rest until the Prime Minister or some minister of government comes before the Barbadian people and say why they're giving away Barbadian citizenship, why they are devaluing Barbadian citizenship. And if I promise you, if they devalue it, it is not long before the rest of the world recognize that it has no value. And we that are born here, we Barbadian citizens, are going to feel the brunt of that devaluation.
Wow. Citizenship being devalued.
Yes.
And you know, when I did a little research on it, and I was just shocked to see that nobody else is doing this in the region. I have looked at different places, countries in the world. But can you imagine after 6 months, what sometimes I sit and I think about it and I said, what could we have done to deserve this? What could we have done, Corey, to deserve this kind of treatment? Where, because there are lots of people like myself, when they came in here, let me tell you, when I came into Barbados before I was married to my husband, every 3 months I had to go up and get get extensions. I'm paying, oh my goodness, my husband paid so much money to get all these extensions for me to stay in the country legally. You understand? And then all of these things are changing. There are people here that have been here for so long, and I don't think it's going to be retroactive.
No.
It's not going to be.
No.
So the questions you're asking is very, very, very important. The questions are very, very important, because why now? Why now? And why is it so devalued? 6 months? That is crazy. And 9 months for somebody from Bangladesh. Not anything is wrong with Bangladesh, but it's not in the Caribbean.
No, 9 months for those who are in anywhere else in the world. I think that needs to be a hashtag somewhere where the citizenship of Barbados has now been devalued. They are devaluing the citizenship of Barbados. And I continually ask why. If there's someone that can give me a reason Why? I cannot see the reason, save and except for coming on and padding the voters list, save and except for some quick pro quo with some African nations. I'm just guessing here, but there must be, in other words, somebody in the administration must have had a reason for making this amendment to our citizenship, to the fact that you have devalued the citizenship. There must be a reason. There must be a reason.
Yeah, yeah. You know, somebody says here that that they are and I think probably they came on late in the program. Says, I'm by no means a fan of this government, but agree with the free movement of Caribbean people to increase the gene pool of Barbados and the Caribbean islands. And I think that they missed what you were saying. I don't know if you could respond to this person.
Yeah, no, I started out by saying that there's no, or the position of the Democratic Labour Party, certainly all of the candidates and the leader of the opposition, is that we are in favor of the free movement of people. We, Barbados, are signatories to the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, where Caribbean integration, we are moving towards Caribbean integration. And part of that, the apparatus of Caribbean integration is the ability to move freely throughout the Caribbean, and not just move, but the ability to stay and work. That is a separate and a very robust debate. And I have weighed into that debate to say that in Barbados, you must ensure that the social services, health care, education, housing, security, all those things you've paid attention to those things while you are encouraging a large influx of immigrants, because those immigrants can have an impact on those social services. But that is a debate that should be had, and it is being had as we speak. However, the point I've been making for the last half an hour, and I pray that your listeners are listening, is that alongside this immigration bill and this new free movement of people initiative is another plan afoot that has nothing to do with the first one. It sounds like it does, but when you examine it carefully, it does not. And that is the change in the citizenship requirements to become a citizen of Barbados. Those requirements have now been moved from 5 years, having to be resident here for 5 years within a 7-year period, down to a mere 6 months for CARICOM nationals and a mere 9 months for non-CARICOM nationals. And my contention tonight is that there is absolutely no reason to do that. And there's evidence that doing that can have a negative impact on the value of the Barbadian citizenship, which is often measured by the strength of the passport, our ability to move around the world without a lot of visa restrictions. And that can have a negative impact on it. So that's our position.
Yes. And I think Mr. BABB has joined us. Good evening, Mr. BABB. I know
Good evening.
Mr. Greenidge has a few minutes here with us. Is there any, good evening, welcome. Any questions that you might have or comments that you want to make before Mr. Greenidge leaves?
I'll let him continue, because I think that his presentation needs to be heard by as many Barbadians as possible. I don't know how they're going to get it done. There are many people there are thousands who may not have heard the explanation and have just been given the side of the government, because we know that the mainstream media would just put what the government says on the front page and put what the opposition is saying on the inside. So it does not get the focus that we should have, and another opinion of how we are going to be affected as a people by this rush to free movement, as we see it. Not that we're against it, but we have to, as he said, we have to be cognizant of the effects and the pros and cons that they have on the ordinary Barbadians.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you for having me on again. I am always trying to be available in order to educate the Barbadian people. I echo the sentiments of Mr. BABB in that we are in a dispensation where it's difficult to pierce the noise. It's difficult for the mainstream media to pick up the opposing view or the alternative view. I encourage your viewers, go out there, put it on your social media, ask the question, put it in your chats. These things can multiply beyond the mainstream media through the unconventional media of WhatsApp and of Instagram and Facebook. Ask the questions. If we do not ask the question, this government will not be forced to give the answer. So I digress at this point in time. Thank you for having me. I've overstayed my welcome this time.
But listen, we're ready to have you anytime, and I'm always inviting you to the march, because this kind, I can see you. I'm no pressure, but I can see you, talking to the people there at Cape Shepherd, because what we do, we stop at the market,
Okay.
and we talk to the people at the market. We stop and we talk to the people at Cape Shepherd. They're out doing their shopping. And there are three main stops that we made right there at Bionic Man shop.
Mhm.
Near the taxi stand. We stop there as well. And we talk to the people. And they stand up and they listen. And so it's not just playing music going down the road. And so what we we didn't think of this long enough, but my husband is saying, Marcia, everything Corey said, we need to put it on some small pieces of paper and hand it out. We do have it digitally. We've created a beautiful thing that we send out digitally.
Right.
But we really should have something that we're handing out tomorrow as we are marching. So you are free to come and to talk to the people on the street.
Okay, I will consider the invitation. I
You
promise.
don't have to march. Just walk on the side.
I mean, I'm actually not opposed to marching. However, my own campaign within the constituency, there we've had these scheduled campaign events, one of which is happening tomorrow. So I will weigh the opportunity to come, but I will, if I am, I will let you know first thing in the morning. But
Let me know, because we would like for you in this tone to talk to the people, because the media is not there. The media will be there, but you are talking. There's nobody between you and the people.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? That's filtering it and then spinning it and all of that. Talk directly to them. We're about education. We're not about trying to promote your candidacy or the DLP, but we want the people to hear without any filters. Mr. Babb? That's
Yes,
what
and I must say to Corey, based on what I've been hearing, some discussion around your national profile is going up way up because of your submissions on this topic.
I appreciate those comments, and I have to say that any friend of mine that knows me know that my heart is heavy with this stuff. And I know I don't say that lightly on a national broadcast like this, because my heart is for the people, and I am often distressed by the fact that they're not hearing the truth. They're not hearing the important things, and it's difficult when your ability to get that message out there feels stunted. It's difficult in what is supposed to be a functioning democracy, that you have the media that is parsing out what it puts out there and what it doesn't. It is distressing when I hear so-called political analysts who are supposed to be independent but are clearly just a mouthpiece for the government. It really is very distressing. So I really bless you, Ms. Weeks, for all of your efforts. I mean, you are a champion, and I think that your name will go down in the history books of Barbados, and I don't say that lightly. I applaud you for all of your efforts. I think you have created a platform that we would not have without your efforts, and I pray that God will continue to bless you and that you continue to work. I will do my part insofar as I can, and hopefully the Barbadian people will be the better for it.
Thank you, sir. And that goes out to our entire team. And Mr. Babb, who's sitting here, my husband who is on as well, and Caswell, who he taught us. Everybody, Maxine McLean, Rose Corbin, Glenn Murray, and don't let me forget anybody right now, but I mean they've been amazing. Lynette Eastman, who was on here as well, Kemar Stewart, and everybody, and we understand the mission.
Yes.
And we thank God for you, for Mr. Thorne. And please tell him a big hello and thank you. All right. God
Certainly.
bless you.
God
All
bless
right.
you. Good night to your
Good
listeners.
night. And we're going to
Good
look
night.
at with one eye tomorrow.
Yes.
You know, I really think that it's going to be important for him to come and just talk directly to the people and educate the people tomorrow. It will be good for that to happen. You know, really, really good for that to happen. But Sonny has something on here. We're going to talk about the subvention. I really want us to talk about that tonight, Mr. Bob. Are you stuck? Okay, you're not stuck. I want us to talk about that. I know Apostle is coming on. Folks, don't go. This is going. We're going somewhere with this. Don't go. We're going to get into this subvention. They want to play.
Show her your face.
You gotta turn it down.
Space. Barbados needs you right now. Barbados needs you right now. She can't escape being afraid. Fill her with you right now. Barbados needs you right now. How I fall down, bring with it a sound that points her to you right now. Erase substitutes right now. Fix what we see, and God please fix Barbados. Barbados needs you right now. Let us see you right now. Barbados needs you right now. Barbados needs you right now. Every heart in the world, God needs you to rescue. Storms have come and torn our hearts in two. Barbados needs you. Show your face, fill up the space. Barbados needs you right now. Barbados needs you right now. Storms may come, but when she calls your name, all things change. Kingdoms fall, one thing forever reigns is your name. The anchor that holds her in place.
Yeah, and you know it's a good moment to play that song because I think
Gotcha.
when we listen to the fact that our citizenship, can you imagine that being devalued, not the dollar, but the citizenship? Anybody from Bolivia, wherever, 9 months, and you can become a citizen. I mean, in the Caribbean, 6 months. But before we go into the subvention, I wanted to ask you something. Do you see a similarity with what is happening here in terms of the floodgates being open to what Biden was doing in the U.S.? I try not to get into U.S. politics, but I can't help. And what's happening in Europe? Look at what's happening in Europe. Look at what's happening in Canada, where Canada flung it open, and now they're fixing it. Do you see any similarities there, Mr. Bob?
You could if you you have to look at the motive for opening those doors. I know that for some time Canada was saying that they were underpopulated. So that is why they were opened the doors. I'm not sure what is the reason for the immigration path taken by Biden, but we know that, as the poster said, those persons who are be allowed to take up residence in your country and citizenship, and it's easier, or tend to support the incumbent government. So each nation will have a particular reason why they would have opened their doors, and but I am saying, and we're not so sure at this point, why Barbados as small as we are, with so many social problems to fix, on the behalf of our people, would take that route.
Yeah. And then the diaspora, I thought that they would have made some arrangements. I thought the energy, to me, could be put on the diaspora. I lived in the diaspora for over 10 years.
Yes,
uh,
because if because we have been saying that the members of the Barbadians in the diaspora have been asking a lot of questions, even participating a little bit more in the affairs of the country, and you jump over them. They are Barbadians, they're just not living here, but they want to have a bit more say, because some of them send their money back, some they assist humanitarianly with health and other areas, but instead of having the conversation, fix that conversation first. You have decided to go outside of them. um, I believe if that route had been taken, and then you have moved this to another step as free movement within the Caribbean, then maybe we would have taken a different approach in terms of wondering why you have gone to that that route so quickly, and without really thinking about what you're doing.
Yes, and before we move on from here, there's something that I'm hoping to do next week is to connect all of this back to the digital ID, because I can feel it in my spirit, and I just need some time to put it all together. Because can you imagine when these four countries come together? That to digitize everybody, and everybody have the same ID. It's going to be very, very easy. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be very easy. So I can see it, them preparing the way for that one world, and the digital ID joining all of these together. And that's something that we can look at another time, because we don't we really need to do the research, and you know and get into that. But I see Apostles is here. Let me bring him in. Good night, Apostle Scanterbury.
Hey, good night to you, Madam Weeks. Great to be here with you again tonight. Mr. Bob, great to see you
Good
as
night.
well.
Good night. Good night. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us tonight. And I really do hope that we're going to hear you on that big truck tomorrow. I know you have a lot going on a Saturday. Tell Prophetess Heather that, man, we need you even if it's half hour on that truck tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there tomorrow for sure. That's a guarantee.
We look forward to you, because we might miss Dr. Ferdinand. He's taking care of his lovely wife. And
Yes.
so we might miss him, and we need that strength of that voice on that truck tomorrow. And we're hoping Mr. Corey GREENIDGE is going to come, and he's the one going to teach. And when you come and you raise that voice, things happen. So
Yes, ma'am.
we love it.
Yes,
So tell Prophetess to come with you, and bring some people from your church as well. I know Apostle Breedy will be there tomorrow as well. But Apostle, I still want to jump into this this thing with the DLP and the subvention. But I want to hear your take on the immigration bill and the citizenship bill, which was two different things going on.
Right.
But they're moving their hand over here to hide this one here. They're
Right.
giving it that over
Right.
here. Nothing is being said. Prime Minister says nothing about the citizenship bill.
Right.
So let's hear your thoughts on that before we move on.
Okay, well, I said just a portion of this the last time I was on the show, but the reality is this government should never be attempting such large policies without a standard constitution. It is activity against, if you're a republic, what they're doing is activity against the citizens of Barbados. It's a crime against the citizens of Barbados, what they're doing to implement these policies, these bills, and to allow freedom of movement into Barbados. Now, again, being a spiritual person, I do know that there are times when other nations would have been within other nations, like the children of Israel being in Egypt. And then, of course, the subsequent captivities, and then the nation of Israel actually taking over other nations. But that was pretty much based on taking the spoils, okay? But what we have here right now, especially with the fact that this government has not brought to the nation of Barbados any bill, any necessary bill that will better the lives of Barbadians. All of the things that they have presented, even to the point of, you know, levying harsh measures and harsh penalties, imprisonment, and then penalties of $10,000, $25,000 in fines. So it is all a measure of fear, okay? And then it is a measure of the breach of their own level of power, okay? And then it is also a breach of the present amended constitution that they have, which is the one that they're saying they no longer operate with. And then to go ahead and to allow individuals to come to Barbados, and within 6 months of living here, you are you can have citizenship, and then also you know, the opportunity to vote. Now, I want to say this because a lot of Barbadians don't know that what is being hidden here is not necessarily the CARICOM agenda. This is already in what is already in the framework, is how other nations, like the African nations, like the Ghanaians, how they're already using the leverage that's been given to them by this administration, okay? And part of what is happening is that many of them has found out how powerful the Barbados passport is. I think it's about 120 plus countries that you can travel freely to with the Barbados passport. And it's now a huge racket, okay? And they have now come to a place where we have to find a way to allow this to keep happening without raising the alarm. And this is where the Barbadian public, those who live here and also those who live abroad, it's time for the Barbadians to really come together and speak to this government. There's been no referendum, there's been no town hall meetings about this, and we have to stop this administration from abhorrently just putting things, rushing them to Parliament, and treating Barbadians however they feel like treating them. Okay, so I want you to understand also, as a spiritual person, there is a very heavy demonic plan that is behind this. Okay, not just political, but also a very dangerous demonic plan. And I want to say this because a lot of people may say, you know, Apostle, you're talking nonsense, and why do we have to make everything demonic? But the nations that are a part of this, from my own understanding, St. Vincent, Dominica, Belize, they are very heavy demonic countries. They're countries that in many regards are on a pretty high level of demonic practice, like Haiti. If you remember recently, when we had Carrie Festa, there was a video that was circulating, and there was a gentleman at the beginning of that video that made it clear. He says, I have to make it clear to you that Barbados is the headquarters for OBA. Okay, so when you are looking at this, if a place is the headquarters, then you need all of the other areas that are associated with the headquarters to have freedom of movement to and from. And while we're just looking at this politically, it has other very serious factors attached to it. And I firmly believe that a part of what this administration is doing is to make sure that Barbados is ringed with the kind of persons that can do what is necessary from the dark realm to make sure that the Mayor Marty administration stays in power, because they cannot afford to lose the government. So they have to do everything to make sure that come next general election, the Barbados Labour Party is swept back to power. And we must make sure that our eyes are not blinded. We have to make sure that we do not allow them to think that we're that stupid. We got to be like the sons of Issachar that knows the times and the seasons and know what Barbados ought to do in the midst of what is happening. So I have my eyes very, very open to what is going on. And again, when we're looking at the principle of why you would do something like this on the heels of the fact that you do not have a republic constitution, and in a republic, the power goes to the people. So how is it that our present administration is doing things and the people are not being consulted? It is already, Madam Weeks, it is already a great but very, very serious act against the people of Barbados. And we have to let the government of this nation know we are aware of what's going on. I'm going to put this to you. If I had a computer desk and I said, I said to my secretary or, to one of my maintenance guys, I said, listen, I'm renovating my office and, I'm upgrading. I want to have a more modern feel in my office. I want you to help me put my computer desk out. Okay, so you help me put the computer desk out. And then you come the following morning and there I am, sandpapering that desk. And you said, well, Apostle, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm just going to clean the desk off and then I'll put a fresh stain on it. And then in an hour's time, come help me lift it back in. Then you help me lift it back in. Then in the evening, I say, yeah, like I said, I'm modernizing, so help me lift it back out. You come the following morning, there I am, putting new fixtures on the drawers and putting 4 wheels on it. At some point in time, you have to recognize, man, he ain't getting rid of that. Something crazy going on here. And this is exactly what is happening and what this administration is doing. It's consistently lying to the public over and over again. You're seeing all of these threats that are being levied on the people of Barbados. And this, Madam Weeks, I'm telling you, this bill, or these tools that they have, is going to backfire on them. It has to backfire on them because Barbados belongs to Barbadians. And you cannot create a bill that allows people to come into Barbados, benefit from Barbados, have free access around Barbados, and then give them citizenship after they have not even done anything to aid Barbados in its own development. So for our government to sit in the halls of Parliament and draft such a bill, you have to know the people behind it, they're very demonic. So they are following an agenda from somebody else who wants to have access to Barbados. And I'm going to say this because Mr. BABB, he and I are St. Peter people. And I want to say this to the people of St. Peter. Mr. BABB, you know that Courts has left St. Peter.
Yes.
Okay. And what we're seeing is bar after bar, restaurant after restaurant. Is entities
is nightlife and a drink up and eat up town now. It's not a shopping or business town.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. You have St. Peter. There's no place where a man can buy a suit. There's no place where you can really buy jewelry. There's no place where you can buy equipment. There's no car dealership in St. Peter. If you want to buy musical equipment, there's no place where you can get that. If you want to buy sporting goods, there's no place you can get that. And you have all of these things going on. And I want the people of St. Peter to know, I'm going to say this for the first time. If you have not realized it, this administration, this Mayor Motley administration is not only destroying St. Peter, she is wiping the memory of Owen Arthur out of St. Peter.
Wow.
Okay. She's wiping out. She's as much as that speech that she gave, I attended the funeral of Professor Ornath. I attended the funeral, and I listened to everything that his cousin said. I listened to everything that was there. I saw when the breaches and protocols were made. But what is going on in St. Peter right now is an attempt between herself and some of the wealthy individuals here in St. Peter and some of the wealthy real estate moguls here in Barbados. She is wiping Ornath's memory off of St. Peter. Now, we weren't really good friends, but I have to say exactly what it is. And unfortunately, the people of St. Peter don't seem to understand that you're under a hand of somebody who is trying to erase and change up Spikestone to the point that you can never really remember what it looks like. Remember, in the Bible tells us that there was a Pharaoh that arose that did not remember the input that Joseph made in Egypt, and he went ahead and put the children of Israel into slavery. So I just want to say that on tonight for the people in St. Peter who are listening, you got to wake up and pay attention to what's going on. So these two bills, Madam Weeks, I'm personally making a declaration that it's stuck in the mud, that it unfolds in such a way that it literally backfires, okay, on this administration, and the people of Barbados get to see these people are not using the wisdom of God. They're not even using any kind of common sense to make sure that Barbados works for Barbadian, and we have to rise up. We have to put a stop to it. That's just my first input tonight.
Wow, I mean, powerful, powerful apostle, especially the St. Peter bit. Let me hear from Mr. Bob, is a St. Peter man all over. I believe it or not, I am right after you're finished. I'm going to go straight into the into the subvention, because it's going to show what's happening. But go ahead.
There is a particular video that still exists on YouTube that I believe that every time that is played or brought up is a source of torture to our Prime Minister. That speech that went out, and knowing and hearing allegedly how she behaves and how she reacts to any defiance to her, that cannot be a source of comfort knowing that is out there. To be called a despot, to be said that he will not be a boy in the yard for Mayor Motley, to say that she's a threat to the future of his children. That came from the person who led her party and had her as a deputy, who would have known her better than anybody else, who set about warning Barbadians about the personality that we were dealing with. And if you're following what is happening in St. Peter, as the apostle said, it is not surprising. It appears that for some particular reason that our current leaders seem to be on a collision path with persons who said anything bad about her or her family. So we can understand how she would move against the Barrow legacy.
Yes.
Barrow did not deal with her father in a good way. If I can't get the city out of Motley, I can get Motley out of the city, or vice versa. So we have to watch those type of things, and I am not so sure that that her tenure as the Prime Minister of Barbados had anything to do with uplifting this nation, but all to do with her proving to us, give me the vote and watch me. It's proving to us who she really is and what if I get this leadership, I can show all y'all what it's about.
Right.
Yes.
But, yeah, I'm listening to you all, and you're kind of segueing into what I want to talk about at this juncture.
Right.
Gentlemen, all of today, I really spend some time thinking about this issue with the subvention, DLP subvention controversy. And this has nothing to do with, the DLP. I'm not a member of the DLP, that's a fact, and you would know, Apostle, that during the last election, I had you on my show with your party so many times.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
actually, you can vouch for that I use my platform for all the third parties. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
all the other parties. Okay, and so I naturally go for that. That's my natural inclination. But this, what I hate injustice and I hate wickedness. And that's why people, Mr. Bob, over the years, I've been 2.5 years doing this, they have labeled me DLP because I'm naturally, Apostle. If I see, that's how I got to know you. I saw you. I didn't know you before. I saw you and your lovely wife, and I saw what they were doing to you. And
Right.
Dave knows that's me. That's me, Mr. Bob. That's how I got in touch with Mr. Bob, because of what they were doing to Mr. Bob, because he ran as
St. Peter.
candidate,
Yes.
and they decided that they were going to take his he couldn't, they're gonna basically gonna
Take
um,
away my livelihood and make an example of me.
take
That's
away
all. Yes.
his livelihood and make an example of him. When I got into the DLP issue up at the George Street was because I saw that there were lies being told, because I was there, and I don't regret it.
Yes.
But I know what has happened, Apostle, is that as a result, I have been labeled as, that's how I got in touch with Kima. I didn't know Kima, but I saw what they were doing to him online, and I contacted Kima and defended him online. That's just my personality. That's not my calling. I go for, people that I think that are treated, not treated, or being abused, or, there's injustice.
Yes.
Now, this DLP subvention controversy had me the whole day. I was walking, and I said, God, please hold my tongue tonight. Please hold my tongue tonight, because when I come on here and I say what I believe about this prime minister, you all write to me, I need to have respect and so on. But I'm telling you, the real truth, if I can be honest, can I be honest? This prime minister Mia Mottley, is my opinion, is a wicked woman. Write me. Write me. That is my opinion. And I'm basing my opinion on what I have seen. Now,
Okay.
let me just give you a little, just quickly, for those people who, you're going to see why I say that, okay? Just this one thing. For nearly 7 years, the DLP, one of the two oldest political parties in Barbados, has not received a cent of the government subvention that is meant to support political parties with parliamentary representation. This was a policy. It's not a law, but a convention, or a policy, you would say, Mr. Bob, that was instituted by Mr.
Owen Arthur.
Former Prime Minister Owen Arthur, God rest his soul. Under the Parliament Administration Act of 1989, $300,000 is allocated every year for political parties represented in Parliament. Historically, it was shared between the governing and opposition parties. Now, the spirit of it, from my understanding, is that Mr. Owen Arthur said that while they were in opposition, how difficult it was, because they had no, the funds and all the finances that were not there. It was difficult for them to really work on behalf of the people and to be ready for the next election and so on. And so he instituted that, and everybody was happy with it. Now, that's the spirit of it, right? But since
That is the spirit of democracy.
and thank you. Say that again, Mr. Bob. Say that again.
Owen Arthur understood the spirit of democracy.
the spirit of democracy. And this is why Owen Arthur called her, what you just said, what he called her. We're just repeating what he called her, a despot, right?
A despot, yes.
A despot. Now, you
Yeah,
see
he called her a menace. He called her a menace, not just a despot. He called her a menace.
A menace. Okay? A menace. Now, listen. But since 2018, when the BLP won every seat in the House, the DLP has been cut off completely. The BLP now takes the entire subvention. Prime Minister Martley says the law is clear, she says. I want to remember this part.
Give us the date and when she said it. People have to.
Before the show is up, I'm going to tell you the date. Yes. I saw it today.
Yes.
Right. She said the law is clear. The money goes only to parties with seats in Parliament. But the DLP argues that this is not just a legal issue, it's a moral and democratic one. Right? Now, what we remember, you would remember Apostle, because we were working a lot with Atherley, who used to come on my show, and at that time nobody had a problem. I was helping with Reverend Atherley with the UPP. It was not a problem, right?
Right.
After he crossed, okay, and now the opposition would have had now one seat. She would not give him the money. So the entire election went, and Mr. Atherley did not get one red cent from Mayor Motley.
Right. Right.
Am I not telling you?
But Marcia, you keep saying that he did not get one red cent from Mayor Motley. This came out of her personal purse, her family inheritance.
That's where I'm going with this. That's why I'm framing it like this. Listen, okay? Because if the ruling party controls all the funding, how can there be a level playing field in our democracy?
Exactly.
How can the opposition survive, function, and rebuild, especially when elections are publicly funded, but the public purse is controlled by one side? And I want those of you who do math to now think it's 7 years, and they would have gotten 150,000, or even if you per year, if you want to count it from the time that Thorne went over. You could do it if you want, okay? Opposition leader Ralph Thorne has rejected what he calls public relations offers from the government, saying the DLP will stand on principle, not on political favors. He insists that the party financing cannot depend on who sits in the Prime Minister's chair. The issue, yes. Right. So the issue is now before the Parliamentary Commission. But up to this moment, everybody knows that is stuck in the mud as well. No reforms have been made. So the question remains, should public funding of parties depend on seats or on the need to preserve democracy itself? Right? Barbados must decide whether political competition is a right or a reward. All right? Now that we got that facts and we brought everybody up to date on what happened and where we are now, let's have a discussion about it. Go ahead, Mr. BABB.
The first, let me say that the public purse belongs to Barbadians. I am a Barbadian. Those persons who did not vote for the current government are Barbadians. Our money made up the $150,000. I believe that 100% of Barbadians believe in democracy, because when this BLP was in opposition, they expected the country to believe in opposition and to believe in democracy. That they will be given another chance when the time comes to assume the reins of government when the people decided. But here you are, they are in government, and you have a leader determining that our money is hers to do as she will. And in the interest of democracy, decided that you are going to withhold it, and that is purpose work. That is, and then coming today or something this week telling us and giving the international the impression that she wants it, but there are people around her who doesn't. When she made a point that it is not law and she does not have to give it, and since 2018 she has not given it. Is she really interested in democracy? That is the question, and every Barbadian has to ask that tonight, because ask themselves that question tonight, and because she has answered it in a big resounding no by her actions.
You know, thank you for that, Mr. Bob. And what is important here, Apostle, is that I find that some Christians are so quick to see and declare how wicked Trump is. Okay? They are
Yes.
so wicked, so they can see the wickedness of Trump. And they can't see the wickedness of this Prime Minister. Completely wicked. And wicked is not against the DLP, but it's against democracy. But let me hear Apostle, and then I will share my other thoughts.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna destroy her with two things. Okay, and this activity, and when I say this, they're gonna start making sure that that money is properly allocated. Two things. After the Barbados Labour Party won the first election in 2018, Mayor Motley said that she would create an opposition from key persons within the other parties who ran, because Barbados deserves to have an opposition. Those were her words. We've had another election, and to this day, Ms. Motley has rescinded on her words. She's never reached out to those parties to create an opposition. Now, two individuals so far from within the Barbados Labour Party has left to create the opposition. You want to take note of that. Reverend Otherly and now Mr. Thorne. Okay? Because they understand the need to have an opposition. And Ms. Motley made it clear to the public, I think it's still on YouTube, she made it clear that she would reach out to the other parties and she would create an opposition. She's never done it. Okay? So with that in mind, for her to withhold monies that should rightfully go to the opposition, she is in breach of the Constitution, if there is a Constitution. So it is not a matter now of fairness or whether, she thinks it should be given or shouldn't be given because they don't have a seat. The issue is the Democratic Labour Party is the opposition. Okay? Solutions Barbados that ran, opposition. Okay, UPP, opposition. MBKA, opposition. The New Barbados Party or the Sovereign Barbados Party, whichever one, oppositions. She's never done it, which tells us her rationale is she does not want an opposition. So the reason why this money is not being allocated as it should be, it's all because of her. Okay, she does not want an opposition. Let's be clear on that. Okay, but she made it abundantly clear when she said she's going to create an opposition from the existing parties that ran in the election. She hasn't done it, so she does not want an opposition, and that is basically what has happened. She does not want a fair playing field. And I want to go back and say this: the Barbados Labour Party has never, listen to me carefully, the Barbados Labour Party has never defeated the Democratic Labour Party fairly. Never. Never. You go back each time that they won by a huge margin, you go back and see when Mr. Sandiford had that 8% pay cut. And, you know, people weren't happy and they decided to get rid of the Democratic Labour Party. Okay. They have always beaten the Democratic Labour Party when it's down. And to prove my point to you, David Thompson took the Democratic Labour Party into an election and beat Owen Arthur. Frondell Stewart took the Democratic Labour Party into an election when everybody was saying Frondell ain't saying a word. You know, Frondell silent, Frondell can't talk. Everybody was going after him. Okay, he took the Democratic Labour Party into an election against the, you know, popular Owen Arthur and beat Owen Arthur. Okay, now we have the last situation, and the Democratic Labour Party is pretty much down. So there's never been a case where the Barbados Labour Party has ever beaten the Democratic Labour Party when it's solid. Okay, so to keep that playing field in their favor, this is all her. This is not democracy. The second thing that I want to say here is I went to Parliament when they were bringing the integrity legislation and integrity bill out. And we have a pledge that simply says that we should do honor and credit to our nation wherever we go. Okay? We pledge allegiance to the flag. We pledge allegiance to our country, Barbados. So to struggle to create an integrity bill when our pledge alone speaks to the fact that as citizens of Barbados, we honor our country and we operate in integrity where our country is concerned. That bill to this day has never come to the people of Barbados. So the fact that Ms. Motley cannot operate in integrity when she knows this is a matter of right. This is a matter of ethics. This is a matter of democracy. She's completely thrown democracy out of the door, throwing it out of the window. You know, as they say, throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is exactly the type of person that we're dealing with. And sadly, we do not have the public in Barbados awakened enough, conscious enough to recognize exactly what is happening. This administration under Ms. Motley does not want an opposition. She does not want individuals speaking out against her. She does not want to have any kind of challenge whatsoever. And this is where we're going to what Mr. Arthur said about despotism and the fact that, you know, he was not born to be a boy in the yard. And this is where we need our people to wake up very, very quickly before we consistently have these things happening. And I'm hoping that the Democratic Labour Party, that people begin to wake up and realize that right now we need a strong party going forward. And all of these challenges, all of these undermining things that's going on, you're seeing this. Democracy is being undermined in Barbados by this administration. It's happening right before our very eyes. And we have to do something to stop it right now. And I'm hoping that the people in Barbados would wake up fast enough to realize that if we don't do something to stop it right now, this country is going to continue to spiral down the drain. We have to stop that right now, ma'am.
Yes. Well said. And before Mr. BABB comes back in, I was thinking today because I got some reliable information today. I believe it was Maxine McLean and also Mr. BABB who said to me that Miss Motley is now saying that she's going to give the subvention to the DLP, right? That's my understanding. Mr. BABB, you can correct me, right? Now, this is a part of it that gets me upset, really upset. Is that this Prime Minister Apostle came to the people of Barbados and said, but DLP, you have to play by the rules. This is not how it's done. That's not what's written. Okay? However, it's there right there. She says that they have to play by the rules, but then all of a sudden, she is going to get up. She has not changed the rules, Apostle.
No.
And Mr. Bob and viewers, I want you to listen carefully to what I'm saying. She has not changed the rules. She has now just said in the last, I think, 2 days that she's now going to give this subvention to the DLP. So you're telling me that all it took, all of those 7 long years, was for you to just say, all it needed was that I am going to give the subvention. It didn't need any changing of any rules.
Okay.
You didn't have to go to rewrite anything, Madam Prime Minister. All you needed to do was to say you're going to change it. Is that how you do? Is that how changes happen? That you just get up because you know, I have the day's wallet here. You know, back in the day, guys, I'm not doing anything that is weird. But your mother, when you're ready to go to school, right? When you're ready to go to school and you go to your mother, or your mother, really, for your lunch money, they go into their bosom, right? And they take out the purse. And they give you $10 or $5 or whatever for the bus fare or so on. The way, as I was thinking about this, it seems to me that Miss Motley thinks the public purse is in our bosom. Right? And when, listen, and she just takes it up. Oh, what you need, Carfesta? Okay, here we go. What you need is this subvention. All right, I want something from them now. You know, it's going to be to my advantage. She go into her bosom and take out the thing. Because I am saying, if all it took, you said that they have to play by the rules. That's what you said. Have the rules changed? Did you go as an actor in parliament or whatever you need to do and change what was written there? On what basis did you arrive at the fact that now you are now going to give the DLP the money?
Yeah.
What do you want? What is it that you want? What do you want from Mr. Thornell? What do you want from the DLP? Who do you want something from, ma'am? There's something that is just dishonest about this whole thing. Mr. Bob?
Yes. And change the rules. This is in the same vein as the immigration free movement that we are discussing. Miss Motley believes that she can get up and make a pronouncement, and it is law. So therefore, she's going to give, and then she's going to take. But we have laws in Barbados that governs that kind of that governs or making decisions, and it's not left up to her as a prime minister to make unilateral decisions like that, and in terms of the democracy. Over the years, from 2018, she has collided with the Constitution.
Yes.
The two persons who came in as senators, the youngster they wanted to put in the parliament. There's so many instances where she got them to decide that this is it. So I am not surprised that she has decided that she's going to take the purse out of her bosom and give the DLP something. I feel for you.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody says we assume she was talking to them about the rules. She was talking about her rules. And that is the part that I'm saying, that she knew exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
She was going against the spirit of democracy. And that's why she knows what she was doing. But now the Commonwealth is here. It was just here. And this is, somebody said it's to make her look good. Right?
Right.
So therefore, you know, she's going to make this, she's going to change it. She just gets up and she changes it. Or is it she wants something? What does she want from Mr. Thorne or the DLP? What is it? So it's at her whim and her fancy. And that's why What's the former PM said she was a despot, a menace, and I said she's wicked.
But Marcia, if there are rules and the rules don't allow her to give, to not to give, but to allow the rules not allow for the subvention to be given to the DLP, tell us where, because you can't come today and tell me you give it to me and then next year you wake up one morning, I feel like giving you that.
Right.
Right. That's been a bully.
So you can't operate in a democracy like that. We can't operate in a democracy like that. That you get up one morning, it's actually get up one morning and decide this is the election day and we're going to the polls because she has that. She's given that power.
You know, I think
this will happen.
Yeah.
Where the rules, we playing by the rules. If there is a change in the rules, show us where the change is so that everybody knows that whether you want to or not, that the subvention goes to the party who is in opposition, or the party who has secured the most votes in the election. Make it official.
Yes, you were saying something, Apostle.
Yeah, I was going to say that, you know, going forward, the Electoral and Boundaries Commission, we need an entity that is responsible for setting elections in Barbados according to the Constitution. And we have to take that power of being able to call an election from the Prime Minister. We have a president, or hopefully we'll have one soon, but we need a separate entity where, like in America, that is a republic. You can't call the election. The election is set for every 4 years. You understand that? And if we're moving forward, and as far as democracy is concerned, we need an entity that is structured to make sure that when elections are called, or should be duly called, that they're called. In other words, no prime minister can call a snap election and force the other party to be ready and force them to be doing things in order to, I mean, elections should be free and fair in Barbados. And I'm saying this on the heels of the fact that even in, you know, the last election that I'm aware of, there was serious activity going on that breached the reality of fair elections in Barbados. A lot of money was passed, you know, a lot of vote buying went on, and there was no system in place to stop it. And what I'm saying is that a prime minister, based on what is happening and based on information being given to them by individuals who are doing, you know, surveys and stuff, whether you're in good standing, whether you want to hold on, whether you want to, you know, expand your time and rally out and wait until you get to that last point or that last moment where you have to call elections. But we need a body in Barbados that's responsible for calling the elections in Barbados, where it's that power is not given to the prime minister. The prime minister does not own the country. Okay, and I think it's very, very important going forward for our citizens to be involved and engaged in free and fair elections, not elections that, you know, throws the country into a state of panic, you know, throws the country into a state where, you know, again, people have to be running here. They're subjected to, you know, loud music in the neighborhoods again, meetings that are going on until 1 in the morning. And all. No, I think the time has come for us, if we are a nation that we want to do better and we want to present ourselves as a growing democratic society, we have to put things in place to send a message to the rest of the world that we're not the kind of nation that continues to just do things on a whim. We have structure, and with that structure, we make sure that when we are doing things, our people are involved and what is happening is free and fair. So I think that's critical going forward.
Yes. And that is something that I know that's been proposed in the parliamentary reform, but that is sitting somewhere. That is also there just sitting, like the new constitution.
Yeah, Madam Weeks, let me just say this, because it just came back to my mind. I have some notes that I wrote here. I just want to say this. The matters in Barbados that does not, in my opinion, does not concern the Prime Minister and does not require the involvement or intervention of the Prime Minister, she needs to stay out of it.
How are you going to get her to stay out of it? She is in everything. Okay. She is in everything.
That's the statement I want to make. Okay, that because in my opinion, this subvention does not require an intervention or statement from the Prime Minister. The public purse does not require the Prime Minister.
Say it there.
Okay, the public purse does not require the Prime Minister. There are laws that are already set in place for the proper use and functioning of the public purse. And I want us to understand, just because the Prime Minister speaks for all of the other ministries and all the other ministers under her, there are certain areas that does not require her to speak on the matter. If it is already set to function a certain way, Madam Weeks, seriously, if you're going to take a tire off, you got to break the nuts before you jack the vehicle up. Okay, and you don't need to be a rocket scientist to recognize that this is money that normally you go back, look at all of the other aspects of it. Did it flow the way that it flowed under Mr. Arthur? Did it go the way it should have gone under Mr. Stewart, under David Thompson? You ask yourself the question, why is it that now we are at Miss Motley that we have a problem with it? And all of the other prime ministers made sure that it flowed the way that it was supposed to flow. Why do we have a problem with her? Okay, so I'm just saying, if something is supposed to work a certain way, you breathe in, you breathe out. Why is it that the moment we get to a point where this can better the Democratic Labour Party, it can put them in a better position to be ready for the upcoming general election? Why are we, as a Prime Minister, why are we doing what we're doing to make sure that we can undermine them and destabilize them so that they have to be out there doing things when there is a already established system to aid them in being prepared for an upcoming election? Something is wrong with that.
Definitely. And that it goes against the spirit of democracy that our former Prime Minister, ALWYN Arthur, was trying to preserve through this convention that he initiated and got started in Parliament. And here comes Miss Martin. And that's why when I call her Miss Piggy, a lot of you say, you got to be respectful. But I'm not talking, when I call her Miss Piggy, it's not about the way she looks. I don't get into describing people or teasing people about their physical features as they did to Mr. Stewart, Fonda Stewart, as they did, even though I wasn't part of the DLP, and I did think at that time I thought he could have talked some more, but then later on I realized this man is a very intelligent man. But that's beside the point. What I'm saying is this: that my comment, my name for her of Miss Piggy has nothing to do with her physical appearance. And you all know that. It is her behavior. It is her behavior based on my opinion. What I see, like in a case like this, you are going, this is not your business. But you find yourself in every business, right? You bully people. All you bully, take your lunch, and then they decide when they're going to give you this and they're going to do that. All your bully behaves that way. And that's why I call you Miss Piggy. I hear that they say, oh, but the Prime Minister, it really hurts her feelings. Well, change your behavior. Change your behavior.
Madam Weeks.
Go right ahead, sir.
I just want to say this, and this is where I have a problem with Barbadians. Okay, Barbadians must be feared. Okay, Barbadians must be feared. During COVID, our present Prime Minister on national television was speaking in relation to the drug remdesivir. And she was on national television telling Barbadians, people down at Harrison Point, telling the nurses and the doctors, don't give my father this, don't give my mother this. And some of them can't even call the name of the drug. That is how she behaved. Barbadians. So fear is fear. If you can be disrespectful to your own people, and somebody makes a comment about you, fear is fear. So why do we have individuals who are quick to respond and run to her aid to support her just because someone calls her something, when during COVID it was slur, disrespect after disrespect? And even to this very day, nobody has talked openly to her about burying our flag. It's still up there in Ghana. And why do you want to cut somebody's head off for making a comment when openly, over and over and over again, even with these bills, the level of disrespect that comes to the Barbadian public from this leader and from this administration? Why is it that people are so afraid in this nation to say something, to come out and talk, and to let people know what's going on? If you as a leader disrespect your own people in the manner that Barbados has been disrespected, why is it that our heads must be cut off? Why is it that we have to be put to a grinder because we make a statement in relation to your activity, in relation to your behavior? So this is really shameful that Barbadians don't see when we are being disrespected. But the moment that you say something negative about this prime minister, you have all of these watchdogs and all of these paid individuals come out and they want to attack you as though you are not to say anything negative about this prime minister. But all of this activity that we can have coming from this administration to our people, tent laws, get your tent right, or $7,000 or $10,000 fine. You look at what is happening and being levied on the public in Barbados, the fear tactics that's being put on us by this administration. You think that we need to be afraid to tell them to look out, or to tell them shut that down, change your mind, change that law, or this is it? Something has to change with our public, because you can't have it coming at us one way and then we have to sit back and keep our mouths closed, tuck our tails between our legs, and run in a corner and hope that somebody throws us a can of sardine. That's not going to be my portion. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
Nor mine either. Nor mine either, because that is why she would. What has she labeled this group that gets out there and bring the education to the people of Barbados? She called us alarmists, noisemakers. What else? But she can spew insults at us because we dare stand up. One person told me on my social media page that if I'm satisfied with how they're running here, I could get up and leave as a Barbadian going nowhere. And they can't start talking either. They attacked me they went after me after the last election purposely, when they knew it was unconstitutional. So they were tempted to make an example of me. I've not forgotten them, and they can't shut me up. And I would not be allowed to. I want them to come at me, because they sent me home, took away my livelihood. Whenever I wrote anything pertaining to athlete, as it related to scholarship, when they do background checks, they want to know if I've committed treason against the Barbados government. So they want to tear up your reputation.
Mhm.
You can't say anything about Mayor Motley. They attempted to destroy the late law at a meeting when he spoke in what they call disparaging comments about her. So she can say anything, but nobody can say anything about her. But Mayor Motley is going down in history as the worst prime minister we have ever had, and the worst prime minister that has been protected by the people of Barbados, and she protected by those persons who are getting them and their pockets and their family pockets filled, and they don't care about what is happening to the ordinary person on the street. They get the $5,000 and $8,000 from wherever they get it from. You go into workplaces and people can't speak because they have to watch over their shoulder. This is how we want to live as Barbadians. This is who we elected to serve us, to serve our needs, to represent our needs. If you're afraid of them, this is different. You bought a dog, brought home a dog, and the dog gets so bad, you can't even go in the yard to feed it. What are you going to do? Let the dog take off your house or the yard? You get rid of it. It's time to get rid of this government.
Yeah, and it is for things like what happened to Mr. Bob and Mr. Pedro Shepherd. That's the reason I call her that name, because this woman is a bully. All right, and the way you deal with bully, you cannot pet them. You hear what I tell you? You do not pet bullies. You gotta handle them the way they handle people. And because I do that, you all try to say, you call yourself a Christian. Yes, I do. And that Jesus himself called the people a whitewashed sepulchre. He called them a grave with dead men bones.
And he threw them out the temple.
And he showed them out the temple. So don't come to me with that foolishness when she's giving. Look at what she's done with the DLP for the 7 years. Look at what she's done. Refuse to give them the money because she wants to keep them in the wilderness.
Marcia, what they did during the by-election that we had in St. James North, they got on social media and made a lot of fun, a lot of sport, put up chicken pen when before Dujon had a campaign house. They made fun. So they rub salt in the wound purposely because they starve your funds. And the late one after knew from his experience, when you're in opposition, it is very hard to attract the type of financial support to build your campaign. It is very hard. Yes. And that is why he saw it best to put this in place because, look, although you're in opposition, it is going to be difficult. Businesses shy away from you.
Yeah.
And that has been happening. They don't come on board. You know, when they come back on board, then these businesses and those donors realize that the mood of the country has shifted. And then you see a little bit more coming to you.
Right.
Yeah. Play it, Dave, so we can remember. We need to remember. Because
Here we go.
Let me tell you something, folks. This is what we are talking. When you think about that subvention thing, if you just think about it deeply, and you would realize what she's trying to do, right? Go ahead, Dave.
An event has happened among us about which it is difficult to speak, but about which it is impossible to remain silent. Today I'm breaking in silence. But that's what I say for the record. I was patient, but I have children and a grandchild that will have to live in this country. And my voice will be heard, and my voice will be read, will be raised. And those who are convincing me, Motley, that she can just ride roughshod, that there are those of us in Barbados who are going to stand up and that she cannot ride roughshod over us, because the record has to be straight. Now, I don't have to be forming any institutions or other things. to be speaking in the manner in which they feel they should speak in this country. I'm speaking to you now in the name of my children and my grandchild. I want to live in a country where there's freedom of expression. I want to live in a country where no despot can feel that they should hold the destiny of my children and my grandchild in their hands. And that Mayor Motley is a menace. She's a menace because she's a despot. She's a menace because she's a despot, believes that she has a right to be a despot. She tried to be a despot with me. Motley unilaterally, with the support again of a small group, decided that the will of the majority should not prevail. There is nobody in Barbados politics, and certainly in the Labour Party politics, who has expressed themselves more openly and freely. Not Motley. You seem not to recall that Mayor Motley once went to a national consultation, and without the approval of the party, committed the Barbados Labour Party to a policy that we were staggered with, that we were going to commit ourselves to distributing condoms in prison.
Well,
I don't think you quite appreciate what peril that caused the Barbados Labour Party. Mayor Motley is listening to Peter Wickham, and that is going to be spoken about in some detail too, because of a tale of two poles. Like the people of Barbados, based upon the Wickham poll, don't want the party to be the government, but that they want her to be Prime Minister of Barbados. That is the most dangerous doctrine. And that the media itself, we believe, has to sit down and discuss, are we going to allow something like this to stand in Barbados? Having given my life to the Labour Party, that I saw it being reduced. It has lost its way, and it had a duty to say so. It has lost its soul. And it said then that as far as it was concerned, the Barbados Labour Party had become no more than the institutional plaything of a megalomaniac. And today go further, because all that has happened has come from that point of view. But sadly, the Barbados Labour Party is now allowing itself to become no more than a cushion to bear the imprint of the object that is sitting upon it. And I use the word object rather than the preferred three-letter word that we use. And I really am not going to keep quiet about it anymore. I'm sorry.
The object, and nobody. God bless you, sir. God bless you. No wonder they had to make sure that you are not with us anymore. No wonder they made sure. They went to the hospital and they sewed that thing up to make sure that you are no longer with us. Dave, check your WhatsApp. As he mentioned a tale of two poles. He mentioned Peter Wickham.
Yes, he did.
He said because she's listening to Peter Wickham. Yes. Rose is confirming that they got nothing. There's no commitment to democracy, and that's why I will forever, as long as I have breath in my body, I will forever fight this government under Mayor Motley, because there is no desire for democracy, and that's why I call her Miss Piggy. Not because of her facial or physical appearance, but because of her behavior. Go ahead, Apostle. And Dave.
I'll tell you this right now. Move Miss Motley out of the way. Not one person in that cabinet that can lead the Barbados Labour Party in an election. Not one.
She knows that too. She
not
knows
one
that.
Person, not one got the tact, the wisdom, the understanding, the knowledge, the counsel, nothing to lead that party into an election. So the other aspect that I want to share here quickly, okay? I remember when, and you know, Onatha and I were, you know, even though we spoke and we had our issues, one of the dangerous things that Onatha did is that Onatha trained. That part was very dangerous. I understand physiology, and when I first saw that clip, I knew for the very first time that he was definitely angry, and I know he was speaking from his heart when I saw that clip, when I watched his body language. But here's the thing. I remember when we had our situation where the COVID unit came to our ministry, 5 of them and 8 police officers and a fire truck. Okay. And I remember that gentleman saying that he was given the power to do what he was doing from Miss Morley. He said she gave him the power to do what he was doing. Okay. And I knew right away that we had a problem. We had a big problem. When he said those words, I knew we had a bigger problem. And then the other area is on the day when the case was thrown out, while the judge was speaking, he was in the courtroom talking and throwing off his hands and saying this and saying the next, and he disrespect me and this, and the judge was speaking. And I said, wait a minute, you can do that in a court while a judge is speaking? And that's when I started to realize that the grip that this woman had on the nation and the grip that those who worked with her knew she had on the nation, they knew that they could disrespect authority at any level and it would not be a problem because they have Mayor Motley behind them. And that day when I came out of the court and I was on my way home, I told my wife about it. I told her we have a big problem in Barbados. We have a big problem in Barbados. When people can disrespect a judge in his own courtroom and walk out of that courtroom without being held in contempt. Because I sat there and I had, at one point in time, I was taking notes. I had my feet lapped. The court clerk came out, looked at me, and he motioned to me, and I had to, unlap my feet. And he came and sat next to me, and he said, "Mr. Scantlebury, I was just trying to tell you you're not allowed to lap your feet in the court." I said, "Okay, I fully understand that." But when a judge is speaking and a person is walking through the court, flaying off their hands, speaking to the point where everybody can hear what they're saying, and a judge is speaking, I said, "Oh my God, we're in trouble." Because I knew that the judge, knew that that individual had Mayor Motley behind him. And I can tell you from here tonight that what Mr. Arthur said there, Barbadians must pay attention. When I first saw that, and I saw some of the comments coming from Barbadians, "Oh, you had your time to be prime minister, and now you're trying to stop Mayor Motley from having her time." No, it had nothing to do with that. That was a man that knew that Barbados was going to be in serious trouble if they ever elected Mayor Motley to be the prime minister. He knew it, and he knew it in his heart. He knew it in his mind. And unfortunately, what he did not want to happen in Barbados has happened. And now we have to get rid of these people. We have to vote them out because we will never know all of the damage they've done. We will never know all of the conventions that they've signed on to. We will never know what took place in Barbados during COVID. We would not even know what's going on. That will come and be a surprise to us. And now is the time for Barbadians to wake up and look at the future of our nation. Instead of looking at a political party, look at our future and make sure that we have the people in place going forward to take our nation, our people, and our youth and our children into the future that God has for this country.
You're muted.
Yeah, Adrian says we need divine interventions. I got two notes from WhatsApp that I will read. We didn't open the lines tonight, and we didn't do it, but we'll do it on Sunday. Somebody said the PM is preparing for elections. She's making herself look good. She locked away bounty to stop the gossip. This is what the person is saying. That means the government locked away bounty. She has settled, she's saying, has settled the case of the 7,500 check by having the guy say that he committed fraud. Right? This person wrote, she's deliberately bringing laws that will cause distress and pulling back to appear as if she cares about the people. She's now giving the DLP this money to appear as if she's fair and just. All a show. These issues would have gone against her on the political platform. She's becoming desperate and will do anything now to win this next election. The polls are against her. She's unsure of her success with the Barbadians, and it's padding the voters list. The PM has been weighed in the balance and has been found wanting. She has given the command to persecute persons and has touched some of God's anointed. The Lord will now be the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee that she has disallowed. He himself will be the just judge. The Lord of hosts is with Barbados. Somebody else wrote that if there is a subvention of 300,000, if you don't have an opposition, the money should have been put back into the treasury for those years. Was the money put back? Was the money put back? Yeah. All right. I see Mr. Gill, but we will take this up, Mr. Gill. I got your numbers. He did his homework, but I got home too late, Mr. Gill. So we're going to, God willing, on Sunday we're going to be able to put up the numbers and give you a nice long session at that time. Okay. Well, we've come to the end of the show. Dave, get ready for which song? Which song do you all want to hear? Let
me march.
When we march, you want the one we're gonna pull back, or you want the one about a big truck?
I want the march. I want the song of the march.
You want the sound of the march? Let me hear the others. What other people are saying. Now, anybody else? Not the panelists, because we're going to choose. Anybody else? Or somebody want big truck? Anybody else?
Yeah, we need that kind of hype to get people out. Come out on tomorrow. Come out tomorrow.
Is the march on tomorrow, Tanisha? Of course, the march is on tomorrow.
Yes.
Mr. Adrian say he want all three.
Adrian want to go to bed.
All right, so we're gonna at least have the big truck. We're gonna have the big. Oh, they're ready with this one already.
This one.
But we're going to definitely. I don't know if you heard this one yet. I didn't write the songs, right? They just sent it to me. So let's hear this one, and then we have big truck. Go ahead, Dave.
March, we are march. Now we are marching on to progress. Time come sound the alarm, and we don't care what the BLP say or what they say we are. And we need to fight the BLP and to set Barbados free. We are blood, fire, comrades, and we march into victory. Everything them pop down, we are go build back. We are go build back better than before. Everything them take away, we are go bring back. We are be set it right and restore. Time come ease up the pressure, cause Barbados can't take no more. We are stepping out of darkness into the light and kick down corruption. We are marching on to progress. Time come sound the alarm, and we don't care what the BLP say or what they say we are. And we need to fight the BLP and set Barbados free. We are blood, fire, comrades, and we march into victory. Everything them pop down, we are go build back. We are go build back better than before. Everything them take away, we are go bring back. We are be set it right and restore. Time come ease off the pressure, cause Barbados can't take no more. We are stepping out of darkness into the light and kick down corruption door. Dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down. March, we are march, dig it down, 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 dig it down. March, we are march. Hey, 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 hey. March, we are march. Hey, 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 hey. March, we are march. Marching on to progress. Time come sound the alarm, and we don't care what the BLP say or what they say we are. And we need to fight the BNP and set Barbados free. We are blood, fire, comrades, and we march into victory. March, we are march, march, march. 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 Now we are marching on to progress. Time come sound the alarm, and we don't care what the BLP say or what they say we are. And we need to fight the BLP and set Barbados free. We are blood, fire, comrades, and we march into victory. Up
Nice.
with you. We marching.
Nice.
We marching. Behind the big truck, loyal opposition, we moving up. Behind the big truck. You. Piano. Sun come up, I feel the vibe. Time to move, we come alive. Step by step, no turning back. Behind the big truck, on the track. Working hard, we earn, we name. Different voices, one campaign. Marching proud, we know we place. Behind the big truck, set the pace. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. For the people unity. Rain or shine on the road. We mashing up the road. High, the rhythm sweet. Baseline pushing through, we feel. We work hard, we keep in pace. Behind the big truck, the people's place. Rain or shine on the road. We moving strong, we carry load. One direction, hearts in sync. Behind the big truck, no time to blink. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. For the people unity. Rain or shine on the road. We mashing up the road. Big truck, big truck. Loyal opposition. Big truck, big truck. Marching for the nation. Big truck, big truck. Feel the vibration. Behind the big truck, the habit of the nation. On the road, we side by side. Wave the flag with island pride. Step by step, the rhythm call. Behind the big truck, one and all. We loyal, steady, moving through. For the people, me and you. Rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, we carry the load. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. Behind the big truck, oh, for the people unity. Behind the big truck, hey. Rain or shine on the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, hey. We loyal, we strong, we free. For the people unity. Rain or shine on the road. We mashing up the road. Behind the big truck, behind the big truck, step by step. Behind the big truck, loyal set. Behind the big truck, feel the vibe. Behind the big truck, we keep it alive.
Sweet,
Oh
sweet.
my Listen,
Show her your face, fill up the space. Barbados needs you right now. Barbados needs you right now. She can't escape being afraid. Fill her with you right now. Barbados needs you right now. Show her your face, fill up the space. Barbados needs you right now. Barbados needs you right now. She can't escape being afraid. Fill her with you right now. Barbados needs you right now. How I fall down, right now. Storms may come, but when she calls your name, all things change. Kingdoms fall, one thing forever reigns is your name. The anchor that holds her in pain stays the same. Oh, how sweet to know that your great name will never change. The anchor that holds her in pain stays the same. Oh, how sweet to know that your great name will never change. That's why we're not ashamed to say, Jesus.
Thank you. Pastor, prayer over the march and over Barbados. Just make some declarations. I feel like we just need to pray right now. Just say a prayer for us, Apostle.
Okay. Father, we want to thank you so much for tonight's session. Thank you for Marcia and for Mr. BABB and for Dave and all of our team that's working to bring this show together to sensitize the people of Barbados to the grave danger that is manifesting around us, and for us to come together as a people and to unite so that we can break the power, to break the yoke of the enemy, and to bring victory, liberty, peace, joy, and prosperity to the island of Barbados. We're praying, Father, right now for our season of absolute great governance for this nation. Your word reminds us that we should pray and ask for your kingdom to come, that your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. And so, Father, we know that you have a plan for Barbados, and that plan must come to a fulfillment. So tonight, Father, we agree that every power and every strategy of the enemy would be broken right now. Every trap, every grave that the enemy has dug, we declare that the enemy falls into his very trap. He falls into every grave, and every door that they open to come into this nation, to bring disruption, to cause confusion, to cause despair, to cause death, hurt, pain, suffering, and sorrow. We reverse those plans. We declare and decree, Father, that they will go right back even to those that created them, and it will go back to them 1,000 times more dangerous and more deadly. The word of the Lord demands and decrees and declares over our lives that 1,000 will fall at our side and 10,000 at our right hand, but it will not come near us. And so, Father, we thank you tonight, Father, as we prepare for this march tomorrow. We thank you, Father, that the atmosphere over this nation will shift. The atmosphere over this nation will change. And we decree, Father, that you will begin to raise up the people of right standing and the people of righteousness to lead this nation into a new day of righteousness and blessing and glory. So we declare, Father, that tomorrow in this march, a new alarm will be sounded in the atmosphere. The angels of the Lord will already line the road, the path that we are going to take. We declare, Father, every sound system will work. Everything that is necessary will be provided. We thank you that the people will begin to come out in their numbers, and we will begin to know and see that the day of the victory, the day of the liberation of Barbados begins. Even as Moses made that triumphant entry into Egypt and made the declaration to Pharaoh that the word of the Lord has come, that the time to let the people of God go. This is the moment. This is the season. We declare that Barbados is now on the verge of the time of the fulfillment of the promise of the Lord. And we will not tolerate any interference and any deception and any blockage or stagnation from the enemy. We declare, Father, that this season will be a season of great joy, a season of great victory. And we see the liberation. Father, we pull the rug out. We remove the foundation. We destroy the foundational stones of the enemy, and we declare that their plans are now on sinking sand. We decree right now that the release of the angels of the Lord and the name of God and the name of the Lord Jesus will be released in such greatness across this nation. And Father, we thank you for the victory that we're walking into on tomorrow, and the victory that will continue to unfold itself. So tonight, Father, we decree blessing, we decree flavor, we decree success, we decree breakthrough. We declare the anointing of the Lord will be on a greater level and a greater power and a greater flow than we've ever seen it before. We ask that you will flood this nation this very moment with angels all through tonight. We shut down every plan of the enemy. We close off their gates. We close off their portals. We shut their doors. We straighten the lines. We decree and declare right now that every worker of darkness, they have been brought to naught. Every plan has been brought to naught, and victory has been released across the island of Barbados. And so tonight, Father, we ask for every person that's watching tonight, even if there's a need for healing, let the power of healing be released. If they need a miracle, let a miracle be manifested in their lives. Whatever your people stand in need of tonight under this great anointing, and in this very moment, Father, let them suddenly receive what is rightfully theirs. You sent your word and healed them and deliver them from their destruction. You deliver them from the pit. And so tonight, Father, we thank you. We give you praise that your power, your angels, your Holy Spirit, the anointing is moving in such an extraordinary way that your people will begin to feel it. We ask, Father, tonight that a greater light, even one greater than what shined on the Apostle Paul on the road to Damascus, will shine in Barbados. We decree and declare an awakening of the people, a new day of consciousness, a new day of awareness to your plan, your purpose, and your will for this nation. And we thank you, Father, with great favor, with great rejoicing and with great blessedness, your people will move into your day, the day that you have created for Barbados to come to you and to acknowledge you as their God. The word reminds us that the nation is a nation who is blessed, whose God is the Lord. And we thank you tonight, Father. We declare and we decree that your hand has rested mightily upon this nation, and the people of Barbados are about to walk into that day of victory and that day of liberty and blessing. And we thank you for it now. We give you praise in Jesus' mighty name. Amen and amen. Praise God.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
See you all tomorrow.
Yes.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. We're moving forward, okay? 10
Yes,
a.m.
ma'am.
tomorrow, okay? So see you all. God bless you. Have a good night.
Good
Great
night.
job.
Good night. Good night.
Blessings. Good night.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Mr.
Bye-bye.
Bob, and thank you, Mr. Greenidge. God bless.